Hello, Internet. Welcome to He Left It Dead, a Call of Cthulhu RPG. I'm your keeper, Joe Starr, and this music is very soothing because we are in an elevator. This is a role-playing game based... Yeah, the treehouse has to have an elevator, right?
Oh, God,
we should work on that.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Dude. Yes.
You should make like a little dumbwaiter.
Technically, if we get to be officially compliant with the laws of this state, if we get too many more employees, we would have to come up with something because there's no bathroom on this floor.
True. I've just been going in the corner.
Yeah.
This is a game
going in my pants.
built on horror and spooky things and pushing these guys as far as I can into the depths of madness.
Wait, what?
Before we begin and jump into things, let's meet our table, starting at the right. Well, both of you are on your phones. Starting on my right. Matt, introduce yourself and tell us who your character is.
Hi, everyone.
Briefly.
Yeah, I'm Blvd. I'll be playing Gordie Fitzgerald. I remember him now. He is an entrepreneur and an inventor, and he's supposed to be quick on his feet like a MacGyver type. I don't remember that this week.
Is that in your description?
It's in my description, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a joke.
I have no idea which camera to look at. Am I looking at that one? All right. I'm Kim Cannon. I play Apollonia Wayworth. She is a visitor from across the seas, looking to open up a social club in New England. Oh, and she's also half vampire.
You know, as you do.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Emma Fife, and I play Florence Abernathy. She is a chorus girl in hot pursuit of her former fiance who has gone missing as part of some shady dealings with bootleggers in the boondocks of Kentucky. That's the right case date, right?
Yep. Bert.
I am playing. Hey, everybody, I'm Bert. I'm playing Bernard Benson. That's alliteration right there, everyone. I'm like a veteran from World War I who likes to kill people, and that's pretty much it.
I'm JJ Theakston. I'm a private detective, private eye, from Kansas City, Missouri. I got a bum leg from that time I tried to off myself, but it was my mother. She was in my head and everything like that, nagging at me, and jumped off the cliff, but I'm fine. And now we're also fine.
Everybody's good. Welcome to our alternate history version of Kentucky, where the city of Covington was never founded. When last we left our players, you guys were having a bit of a hard time. Let's see here. We've purely
We're
separated.
having a great time. I don't know.
We've separated middle school style down gender lines.
That's true.
JJ Bernard and
running.
Gordie. Yeah, there's been a lot of running. JJ Bernard and Gordie encountered a spooky train trestle.
Yeah. I didn't want to go in there.
No, and it's a good thing that you didn't. And then discovered sort of beginnings of the lake and sort of saw this house by the lake. You guys are heading that way. Meanwhile, our ladies are running full vampire speed towards the sound of the train. And, well, you know what? Let's not pick up yet because I have to tell you how to participate in the game. I'm good at my job. So, again, this game is completely built on you guys pushing the story, controlling their fates, and just generally trolling Matt. And there are several ways that we can do that. For $25, you can add a hashtag reroll to the group reroll pool. That's cumulative. They absolutely need them. Matt will burn through them so quickly. $30 and hashtag sanity. You can cause a character to have a flashback to reclaim 1d4 plus 1 of their sanity in all this madness. Also helpful. At $35, hashtag insanity. You cause a character to have a flashback to a traumatic time in their life, dipping them 1d6 deeper into the madness. I like this one for a couple reasons. One, takes away their insanity, obvious reason. But two, we get a cool look into our characters and find out some details that I can then exploit to make their lives worse. So help me do that. At $50, hashtag phobia, you can give a character of your choice a phobia or a mania. Last week's fun ones were Bernard's fear of religious iconography and Gordie's fear of bugs. At $75, hashtag evil, there's an evil encounter. The party has an immediate encounter with something sinister. of your choice. This has been my favorite mechanic of the game. We've had weird horse-headed men. We've had porcupine creatures. A lot. We had doppelgangers that that Florence got in a fight with.
That owl.
That has been
That
the
damn
owl.
owl.
No, the owl hasn't come back.
Who's still out there? Who's still out
killed
there? And at $100, hashtag GM powers make your own impact on the direction of the story. That's subject to my interpretation a little bit, but that has also hit us in big ways, such as the Elder God at the end of this game waking up in the second episode instead of, say, the last episode where it normally would.
Yeah, but
killed
I took care of it.
Yeah, it's absolutely dead, and JJ threw a gun at it, and it's dead. We've got goals tonight, same as last week. If we hit $500, I think we've decided, since these folks have all sort of experienced a random complete plummet into insanity, $500, Bernard's gonna just completely plummet to zero.
What now?
And and then at $1,000, the unflappable JJ will plunge into madness.
No,
Just nah. And
it won't happen.
with that, let me take you back a long time ago in a southern state, far, far away.
Quick question. We
Yes.
are not insane anymore if we were at the end of the last episode. right?
Correct. You
Okay.
guys are
Cool.
sort of have
Sweet.
come back to your senses.
Excellent.
Okay, so let's come on back. We begin with Florence sort of... A fog is clearing from your head a little bit. Your mind left the station
Mm-hmm.
when you saw what you perceived to be a hallucination of your fiance Bobby
Mhm.
dragging
Us.
the party, yes, down a forest path,
Yeah.
and then encountering the woman from the diner who turned out to be a strange collection
lady.
of maggots and insects. So you find there's this fog sort of clearing from your head as your brain starts to kind of get back with it. You're regaining your sanity, but as you're sort of coming back to it, you realize that you are moving fast, very, very fast. Your legs are not on the ground. Trees are whipping past you, and as you look up, you realize that you are basically more or less in the arms of one Apollonia Wayworth.
Jeez, Lady Wayworth, I didn't realize you were quite so strong or fast. In fact, this doesn't seem quite normal. What's going
How
on?
is any of this normal? And yes, my legs are long.
Where are we? I don't really remember much beyond being in that church and all those people coming to attack us, and then we ran off into the woods.
And you thought I was a tree trunk.
And you said it yourself. This seems really, really wrong and not correct, so I'm going to ask you to roll against your sanity.
You got it.
We do have one reroll.
I got a 2.
Oh, never mind.
So that is a critical success on the sanity front.
Okay. Yeah, you have no idea what's going on, but how is that different from anything that has happened to the group so far? You're for whatever reason, you are taking this in stride.
Gee, things sure are different out in the countryside.
Do I still hear the train?
It is, it's further and further away.
Okay.
But you are, at least for now, still sort of heading in the direction where it was
Okay.
closest.
Cool. Then I still keep on going,
Okay.
but I'm not like carrying her. I'm just kind of like leading her along.
Okay, you're leading her along.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Oh.
Will you please roll for me your dexterity?
Dexterity. All right.
Or sorry, Florence.
Oh,
Will you
roll
please that
dexterity.
for me?
Cool.
Here, let's move these out of the
Yeah.
way for the top down.
I don't need those. That is a success. My dexterity is 75, and I rolled 57.
Okay, nailed it. So this woman is running quick, very, very quick, and you are somehow
Oh.
sort of dodging your way through underbrush and woods. And,
So I didn't
and-
quite take you to be such the athletic type, Lady Wayworth.
Natural talents.
Apparently
I am
so.
rather long-limbed.
Well, you are rather statuesque.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, so the
I'm
two.
looking at you. No. Back to normal. Come on.
Have you kind of come to a stop, or?
Nope. Still walking very briskly.
Okay, so you have slowed to sort of a power walk, and let's also make a note that you have used 1 feet
Oh, shoot.
for
Okay.
the night. Okay, so you guys have sort of come to a brisk walk through the woods.
Say, what where exactly is it that you're going with quite such speed?
Did you not hear the train?
Oh, yeah.
Away. What was the last thing you remember?
Well, like I said, I remember being in that church, and you came in the back door, and then we ran away, because all those people were acting so strange. They kept saying something about the elder or something like that. It didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
In my experience, fanatic religious types never lead to good things.
And then we was in the woods, and I don't really remember.
It's best you don't.
Okay. So as you guys are walking, you find yourself stepping out into a clearing. There are railroad tracks in front of you. To your left, you see as the land sort of drops off and this very large lake sort of opens up ahead of you. And to your left, there is a covered bridge that the train tracks run through.
And to the right?
The right is more
Just
dense
tracks.
forest and sort of tracks going back into the darkness.
Right, well, choose your poison.
Well, I remember I was trying to find Bobby. I
Yes,
guess if he's long gone from this town, then following the train tracks wherever they lead might lead us to the next part of civilization.
Civilization, keyword.
All right. Well, we can't see, like, it's just like track running in one direction and then
then
track
tunnel.
running under into a tunnel.
Yes. Covered bridge
Got it.
over the lake.
Well, one would think that there'd probably be another town on the other side of the lake. Just, given the fact that humans and, like, a proximity to water. Anyway, I've never lived anywhere but near the water.
Will both of you please roll your spot hidden? This will be
Spot hidden. These two?
an easy roll.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not an easy roll for me.
So you say.
You're right. We need these white
Oh
dice.
man, I just failed it.
I got a 2.
Ooh,
That is a success.
a critical.
I
spot
just
hidden.
failed this.
Okay.
My spot hidden is 40 and I got a 42.
So
Ah.
as you guys are talking,
There's rerolls.
say again.
There are rerolls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but-
have 2 rerolls.
But
As
I'm
you-
with somebody
together.
Yeah.
As the two of you are talking, Florence, you sort of see in the distance towards the lake just a slight plume of smoke lifting over the trees.
How familiar are you with this area?
Not at all. I ain't never really been anywhere but New Jersey and New York before. Did you see that? Is it fire
See what?
in the distance? That smoke there rising up.
So where you're standing, there's still sort of you sort of see the drop off, and we can assumably, if you sort of just hopped over on the other side of the tracks and sort of actually looked out over the
Right.
lake, you get a better look at what this is.
Do you think maybe there might be some people down there?
With the smoke. I really don't have to finish that sentence, do I?
No, there's people. Definitely people. Okay, I'm gonna go get a closer look.
Okay, so you sort of step over the tracks and look over. It's, again, a beautiful, gorgeous lake. It sort of seems to go on to the skyline. To the left, at the shore, you sort of follow the smoke down, and there are some trees, but you sort of surmise that the smoke is coming from the chimney of a house that you see off in the distance at the shore of the lake.
Say, Lady Wayworth,
It's a cabin style.
there's a house down there.
Just a singular house?
Yeah. Seems like they got a fire going in their fireplace or something.
Oh, a singular house in the middle of the woods.
Well, it didn't
Middle
work
of
out so
night.
well with the church.
And what makes you think it'll work out better here?
I don't think it's gonna work out better. I'm just saying it might be worth investigating. Maybe there are nice folks who might be able to tell us if anyone's passed this way recently.
Of course they might. Why do I have a feeling you're just heading that direction regardless?
Well, you never know unless you ask.
You do make a fair point.
I'm gonna make my way towards that house.
Okay, so
Sure. Because why the hell?
Okay,
not?
so you've got sort of one choice in walking towards house, and that's the covered bridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a giant mimic.
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys, you're following? Okay, so you guys step in, sort of start to walk down, sort of on the side of the tracks, and as you step inside the trestle, it gets very dark very quick. It's completely covered on the top. But the bottom, it's a little precarious. You're going to have to watch your footing because it is literally just sort of track on slats for bridge. So there is room to slip.
Potentially
There is
slip,
room to slip and fall. So the two of you sort of stay on the track
tightrope
itself.
it, yeah.
Sort of tight roping down. You've walked maybe 30, 40 feet across Apollonia. In the darkness ahead, bless you,
Bless you.
you hear a voice call out from the darkness ahead.
Yes.
Florence, you hear it too. Florence, you hear a voice just say, Flo? Flo, baby? Is that you? Apollonia,
Yes.
you hear a voice simply say, I've missed you, little bird.
You're not him.
What did you say?
Did you hear that?
Flo?
I heard something. Well, what did you hear?
I heard something too.
Well, I thought I heard Bobby calling me up ahead, but I seems to
And as you
recall that maybe I thought I saw him before, but he wasn't really there.
are sort of straining towards
Smart girl.
the darkness, the voice shifts a little bit. Almost maybe there's a slightest chance that something's weird with the wind and maybe you misheard, but you hear, little bird, come in. But the voice starts to shift a little and you just hear Gordie going, my disc, I know. I saw it, she ran in here with my disc, I gotta sell that thing, it's the only thing. I gotta settle up there, I gotta find that disc.
Do I hear the Gordie voice too?
You both hear the Gordie
okay.
voice.
Oh, crumbs.
Gordie?
Who's... Do y'all have my disc?
No, Gordie. Remember the disc? Ain't nobody found that disc.
And you can leave the bloody
it's in the
disc
middle of the
and
river.
manufacture more.
Who's out there? Who's...
What? It's Florence, Gordie, and Lady Wayworth. Well, where'd you run off to?
She came in here with my disc. I can't see anything.
Gordie, the little girl doesn't have your disc. She's back at the church anyhow.
I've been saying this all night. Leave the bloody disc.
No, you don't understand. I need that disc. And as you're talking back and forth with Gordie, the ground underneath you starts to shake. Just a little.
How far are we into the tunnel?
You'll hear it, maybe about 40 feet.
Okay.
You'll hear it before Florence would, in the distance. Another train.
And then I grab her and I head back. I try
What
to
is
head
that?
back
What's
out of the
going on?
tunnel.
What is that?
Gordie!
Hello?
I've already grabbed your arm, and I'm headed back where we came from.
Okay.
The direction where we came from.
I need an intermediate dexterity check from both of you.
Okay.
So,
well,
top right.
Top right.
how many rerolls do we have?
You have 2 rerolls,
All
and
right,
oh god, you could
man.
use some more.
I failed my first one, so I
Okay.
would like to use.
Oh, yep, definitely failed this one.
We will
Okay.
both use a reroll.
Yep.
Come on.
See
come
what
on.
happens.
Okay, we are out,
Believe.
and you're about to get hit by a train.
Dang it.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
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 I mean, oh no.
Oh man.
Oh no.
As
Gordie,
you
get
guys
off the train tracks!
are running, you're trying to pull Florence, but Florence is sort of turning back to yell at Gordie, sort of back on the inside of the train as the tunnel just fills.
Miss
light.
Abernathy, none of them are real. And I'm pulling her.
At the last second, sort of left without any other options. You're not going to make it. The walls are on either side. The 2 of you lose balance.
Of course we do.
Fall off the side, plummeting towards the lake.
Oh no.
JJ, Bernard, Gordie. The 2 of you are sort of heading down this hill.
Yeah. Heading towards the.
And Gordie,
Cabin.
are you conscious?
He was
Conscious?
not.
I was
I can't
not.
quite remember.
I
Okay.
wasn't, yeah.
I
So
tied
you-
him up in my jacket.
That's right. You guys sort of
Oh,
have a
straight
tied
jacket.
up. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You made a homemade straitjacket
Yeah.
for poor Gordie.
Oh yeah.
Going on about
Um,
That's for
devil's
the best.
dick or something.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
It's a
Back,
danger.
back behind you in the distance, you hear sort of briefly a second train pass. And
Another one came through. That quick.
as you hear that sort of horn, that siren, that's sort of what wakes you back up a little bit
Ugh.
after being punched a lot by your companions. But whatever it's sort of overtaken you has passed. You're you again.
it's over. So what happened? I was,
Hey, he's awake. Gordie.
hey, I'm
Hey. Count to 5 for me.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Maybe faster.
5.
All right. No mention of a dick in there, so I think we're good.
Oh,
Gordie
yeah.
doesn't have a concussion. I was concerned you knocked him out pretty hard.
Hey, can you?
He was going on and on. I didn't see any other options.
Did you stop? It was a you stop. Can you get this jacket off me?
How do we know you're sane? Other than counting to 5, of course.
Oh. Guys, I saw something in there.
What'd you see?
It was this woman. She was turned into millions of small bugs, centipedes, roaches. Like she was.
Sounds
Yeah, I
terrifying.
saw stuff too.
It just caused me to. I'm just really afraid of bugs. It caused me to snap. I'm sorry.
Look, obviously we're all seeing things out in these woods.
Yeah, but what about the others?
I was with them and things got weird. There's a cult, man. And people are praising some sort of elder.
An
Yeah,
old man.
I don't know. I don't know, but it wasn't any religion I heard of.
Thank God.
So
Oh wait, I guess I shouldn't thank God.
Bernard, what kind of just equipment and inventory do you have on you, like on your person?
All my stuff got taken by the creature in the forest. So
Okay.
the only thing I had was the rifle.
Okay.
Because I had traded that with the cleaver. So all I have is this hunting rifle, probably whatever ammunition's in it. And he's got the cleaver.
Okay, that's it.
That's all I had.
Look,
Okay.
I'm good now. Just you could get me out of this straitjacket, and I could be of use again. I'm sorry. I got my bearings back.
where are the others, Gordie?
We got separated when that insect thing attacked us.
What do you think, Shay? Let him out, or
Hey, he looks fine. He's just as stupid as he was before we tied him up.
that's why I'm asking. Should I let him out?
Come on.
He doesn't look like he's got the devil in him anymore, so.
All right.
Do you remember talking about Satan's dick?
Do I remember?
So-
Do I?
Sure, maybe.
I remember. Look,
What was that all about?
Up to you.
look. I just snapped. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I just thought that this was.
You saw a
This-
penis?
It was
The elder?
Some old man.
Some old man's dick?
no.
As you guys are
No.
sort
It was-
of
I'm doing
it's
this
like a
as I'm
metaphor.
untying him.
It's like a metaphor. I don't know. I just thought I was in hell. None of this seems real, you know.
as you're
I'm like pointing to these like horrible scars now that are on my face. It feels pretty fucking real.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Bernard, on top of everything that's been happening, you just sort of the stress of this. Normally, you know, as a soldier, you
Oh no.
you really understood the importance of staying hydrated.
It's true. That's true.
And it's been a while. You realize you also lost.
Continue, Joe. I don't know what you're talking about. As Bert stays hydrated.
This moment's gonna play so well in the podcast. Bert just produced the biggest jug of water I've ever seen in my life. So Bernard sort of realized it's been a while since he's had a drink of water. He's lost in the woods, and I need you to roll against your sanity for your fear of becoming dehydrated / your obsession from drinking from a giant jug.
Hold on, let me write
Wait,
this
So
I
are
feel
one
like
people
down.
that
giving
was-
us obsessions as well as?
I'll take it. Oh
I
yeah,
feel like
I'll
that
take
was
it.
specifically motivated by somebody noticing that Bert was drinking
This
out of a
gigantic-
giant
Out of the
mug,
biggest
like
jug.
jug of
Water.
water.
No, absolutely.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
You're fine.
All right. Thankfully, I got a bunch of.
How close are you to this lake?
Oh, I'm going straight in. Ooh,
Oh,
that is a pretty big fail.
pretty bad.
Okay. You are starting to feel almost an itch in the same way that you sort of feel about alcohol.
Okay.
You're sort of feeling about the idea of like getting some water,
Yeah.
you know, soon, and kind of you've got two thoughts in your head. You have lake and you have house, and both of those are, you know, places where you might be able to get a drink of water.
Sure.
Um,
How much sanity do I lose?
Oh, sorry, 5.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. Is it just so thirsty? I'm just. When was the last time you had water? We need water. If we don't have
Just
water.
down by the lake.
The lake. And I'm just gonna run to the lake and just
Ah,
like duck my
son
head
of a-
in. I'm
Okay,
just
so
like,
you just like take off running towards the lake. Okay.
Hey, whoa.
water. We need water.
So Bernard just
Get
took
this
off
man
running.
water.
Hey, war hero, what are you doing?
What are you
Water.
doing? It's getting to him. Whatever this is getting to him, okay?
No, if you look, it's very simple. It's very simple. If you get dehydrated, you start to see things. Some of these things, I mean, clearly some of this is real, but some of it is probably just because of the fact that we're dehydrated. If we just drink some water and hydrate,
You can't drink that water. You can't drink that water.
What? Why can't I
fucking
drink the
watch
water?
me.
Unless we boil it and make sure it's decontaminated.
Are you fucking serious?
don't
right
have-
now?
we
You know
don't
what's in
have
there. There could be
time.
microorganisms that eat your
What the
insides.
hell's a microorganism?
It's very good.
It's a scientific term for small living things inside of your body.
You mean like ants and bugs and shit?
smaller?
He's very
Smaller
concerned.
than bugs and shit?
Yes.
What are you even talking about?
as I'm running to the
Are
water,
you still seeing Satan's penis
not
in your
seeing-
face
I'm
or
just-
something right now?
Don't do it. You don't know where that water is.
I'm
It's
running
still
to it.
water.
I'm running to it. I'm
It's-
afraid.
Keep going.
Okay, so you have
He's going.
I've
you've run to the
lost my roll. I gotta go.
lake. Okay, will you please roll against your dexterity?
God damn it.
You guys do not have any.
Gordie's
free
really
rolls.
concerned about cholera.
I'll get to you, man. Poo-poos.
You know, it's
Oh, I'm good.
There's
Very
a
good.
crazy monster out there in the woods, and
passed-
you're worried about
yeah,
him drinking some
okay.
lake water?
It could be part. There
Yo,
could be things that might
priorities here,
break with
Gordie.
his head.
Priorities.
So, Bernard, you
Alright,
get
alright,
to
alright,
the lake's
fine, fine,
edge. Okay.
If only I had a
And,
giant jug, I could fill up all this water.
Unfortunately, you don't. So you're
Yeah,
just
I'm
sort of
just
sort of palming it in with your mouth. Did you guys follow?
Yeah, I
we
follow.
have-
I
we
want to
have to
make sure he's
follow him.
okay and he doesn't drown himself.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
might just be some sort of ploy to kill himself off in the water there. Got to make sure he doesn't do that. We need the war hero.
So
Yeah.
you find Bernard. He's sort of splashing water on himself and sort of greedily like spooning it into his mouth with his
I'm
hands.
taking off. Taking off my shirt, and I'm dunking it in the water.
Hey, hey.
And I'm trying to like basically, I know that it won't hold water, but I'm using it enough where, like, if I need to, I can, like, be using this as, like, a makeshift.
Sure. Hitchhiker's Guide towel.
Yeah.
Can you tell
I
me when you
respect
take
that.
your shit off, how many scars and shit do we see all over your body?
You see scars that were new, but
Yeah.
for the rest, from, like, my neck, like, the back of my neck down, it's just covered in these gross scars that you had seen originally, which is, like, chemical burns.
Oh.
Gordie, roll your sanity.
Oh my god. Gordie.
I failed. Damn.
Okay.
I don't think we have rerolls.
Okay. So you lose 2. You sort of let out a very audible gasp when Bernard takes off his shirt.
It's, like, really
Look at what this
gross.
man's
It's,
lived
like,
through, and you
really
worried about
gross.
him drinking some water?
But you hold it together. Like, you're kind of like a little fixated on it.
Just saying that I learned this in Boy Scouts, okay? That you can't just go drinking any distilled water.
As I'm drinking it, is there moonlight?
Look,
Yeah.
Cool, you're seeing, like, the water just drip down my body in the moonlight.
I'm just worried about you. I'm worried about us. We're not. None of us are okay. Okay?
Yeah, no shit. We need to get out of here.
Yeah. Just, come on, man. We're
We need to get back to the
Good?
boss, let him
Good.
know that everybody's dead here anyway, and you just burn this whole damn town to the ground.
You guys need to hydrate before we move.
I'm fine. I had a lot of water.
Here, and I, like, scoop up some water.
I'm not drinking that. Thank you, though. I'm good. I hydrated.
I'll humor it. I'll drink it out of your hands while still right at Gordie.
Don't.
It's just water, Gordie. It's no big deal.
Not where I expected the show to go today.
I don't trust him.
You don't
That's
trust
why
me?
we're trying to get out of here.
You don't trust me?
How do we know he's real?
I am real.
Are
If
you
he's
fucking
not
kidding me?
drinking water.
Are you going crazy on me too?
What are you saying right now?
Let's drink some fucking water.
What? I'm
What are you gonna do,
fine.
Gordie?
Look,
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna drink the water?
I'm also,
Gordie, look, the
I'm
war
also
hero.
I'm just gonna take off my little vest. I'm gonna dunk it in the water, and I'm just gonna. Fine.
You gotta be careful there, Gordie. Those little creatures smaller than ants might be in your shirt and stuff
Just
now.
shut it, please. Okay.
When you put it back on your
Can
body,
you-
they're gonna crawl
can
into
you
your
stop? I'm
skin and
just
start
trying to
barreling
get us
into you.
out through here. Okay, we're trying to get out of here.
So you
all
might be a
right?
little paranoid.
I'm a little paranoid. You don't know what I just saw. I had to make eye contact with JJ as I. Why was
That's
that
gonna
so
be a
weird?
gif.
Why was that so weird?
You'll see
wonder
later.
why.
You'll see later when they gif it.
So Gordie, as you're sort of rolling your vest, all of a sudden something starts to just wriggle out from the bottom of it, just right in front of your face, and this
Oh
just
no! Oh no!
this centipede just sort of wriggles out and just falls to the ground in front of your feet. Please roll against your sanity for your phobia of bugs.
Oh my god! Any rerolls?
4.
Take one. I'll just take one.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. That's gonna succeed. That's a 23.
Okay.
Damn, thank you, reroll.
Shoo.
So you lose 1.
39.
You do sort of yelp. Not your favorite thing in the world. So you guys see this happen. You see this bug sort of fall out of his vest, and you see Gordie yelp.
Hey, look at that. You can see it. It's bigger than one of those microorganism things. Maybe this is what you'd be worried about. The real
I
bugs.
step on it.
Okay.
I step on it. I'm like, hey, that's probably one of her pieces. I'm telling you. Come
Her
on.
pieces.
I told you she was made up of millions of little bugs.
Herpes.
What?
That's not. Oh boy.
Look,
Oh
I drank my water. I'm good. I'm hydrated. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for taking care of all of us. All right
Yes.
now.
All right, let's stop talking. Get out of here.
Okay. Where are you guys going?
Look, they said at the heart of all of this is at the manor. Maybe we gotta go. I don't know, man. Maybe we gotta go there.
Or we get the fuck out of here.
I'm just concerned. There was little kids. They were little kids. They don't know any better. They just had these parents who raised them this way. That no one actually. They don't know what they're doing. We can't just let them be brainwashed.
Look, not everybody in the world's meant to procreate there, Gordie.
What
no
do you
natural
say?
selection. Let God weed them out.
I don't agree with that, but
Bernard, will you roll against your survival, please?
Oh yeah. Is this technically considered a forest?
Yes.
Sweet.
You are in the woods.
dude, this looks so good.
Doesn't matter. Wait, we have rerolls?
Yeah.
Oh
We
yeah,
have
I'm using
3.
one. I'm using one.
Now we have 2.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And we could use some more.
God damn it, I'm gonna use one more.
Oh, really?
I don't want to get the poops from this water.
All right.
It turns
That's what
into
you're worried about?
dysentery.
Yep. Yeah,
turns into Oregon Trail.
That kills more people, especially in war, than you would think.
Yep.
42.
Okay, great.
I'm good. So I'm sorry, that's a pass.
So as the 3 of you are talking, your ears sort of perk up, and back in the direction where you guys came down, you hear what is 100% definitely just the sound of someone moving towards the forest.
We can't leave the.
All right, shut up, shut up. Do you guys hear that? Somebody's coming.
I don't hear anything, but I trust you.
What are we gonna do? What you said it was some sort of bug lady? Could be this again?
I hope not. I don't know how to deal unless we have fire. Maybe I can make some sort of contraption with.
Okay. I hear someone coming.
So as
I'll
you
get
guys,
behind you, War Hero.
as you guys are talking, sort of up the hill just a little bit from where, because it came downhill to sort of get to the shore of the lake, and just back up the hill, you just see what looks to be a man. You don't really see a lot of details in his face because it's dark. You can tell that he's holding a rifle.
Oh.
And he just kind of takes a look at the 3 of you, just stands there for a minute, turns around, walks away. Back the way he came.
Yeah, I don't like that one bit.
Yeah, I don't like that either. He was armed though. So if he wanted to, I guess, attack us, he could have.
He was outnumbered. Which some man with a shot.
If he wants to walk around the forest, I say let him.
Should we warn him? Maybe we should warn him. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he's out here. He's hunting or something, and he doesn't know what he's about to get into.
You want us to warn the individual that's out here? in
You're
the
right.
woods
He's
with a gun?
outnumbered. He's outnumbered.
He's outnumbered by us.
Right. So what if we just go try and track him down? He might not know
Know what?
that he's
Gordie?
about to. He's marching into his.
What do you think he
insanity.
came from, Gordie?
I don't
Behind
know.
us is the lake.
Well, in front of you is the lake.
In front of us.
He came from that place. Maybe they're looking for us.
So
Maybe
you're
now
saying
they
maybe
know.
that's a scout, and now they know where we are.
Quite possibly.
So we should move on.
All right.
Maybe War Hero should shoot him.
Tell me now before he gets out of range.
Take out his leg.
Shoot his
we
leg.
Could ask questions.
Leave him alive in case
Surely
he's
you can
injured.
hit
We
that,
can
right,
patch
War
him up.
Hero? You're hydrated now.
I am hydrated.
But that won't give away our position,
It
no?
will. Firing it will make just as much noise.
Get him.
Hey, I like this new set of Gordie.
All right, is the guy out of range?
Yeah,
Survival.
he's gone. You can't see him anymore.
All right, I'm gonna start trudging off into the forest to go shoot this guy. I guess.
You're gonna charge off into. Okay.
Like not charge, just like I'm. If they're asking me to take him out, I'm gonna go take this guy out.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna follow at as quick of a pace as I can, which is pretty slow. But I'm gonna try to make sure that I'm nice and hidden as I'm doing it.
Okay.
Mm.
Gordie?
It's night, right? Is it what time of day? It's like
It is the middle of the night.
this is I have like a jar on me, and I was wondering if there's like
You have what now?
a jar, just like a jar, like a empty jar, like a mason jar. Yeah,
How big is this jar?
it's like a jar, this big.
Okay.
Like I had some food in it at one point.
Sure.
I want to look around for maybe if there's like some fireflies or something. Try and like catch so we can have like a little light.
You want to reveal our position, Gordie?
Fine, never mind.
You know what? No,
Never mind.
man. Roll your natural world.
Motherfucker, Gordie.
Just for the I'll put it back in my bag.
You've made me nostalgic for catching fireflies.
Yeah, that's a what was I rolling?
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Natural world. I mean, you're gonna need like a shitload of them.
I failed. I got a 40 out of 35.
Okay.
Oh no.
You don't
Well,
See
that was
any,
worth a shot.
any
All right,
fireflies?
but I saw it. Do I see that he had the jar?
Sure.
Great. I would like to take that from him.
Okay.
Gordie, can I have that, please?
Sure.
Great.
You okay?
Yes.
You need
Take
it for
it.
your water?
Yes. We gotta stay hydrated. And I go and I fill it up full of water.
I'm gonna boil that water later. Without him knowing.
Okay, so you grab the water. You're going back into the woods. Will all
Yeah,
three of you please roll your stealth?
Cool.
Okay.
Also, I accidentally backed out of the data browser, so I don't know what just came in for donations.
Oh,
I broke
In
it.
the top left,
This is
pull the drop down menu.
Tips.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would like to re-roll if there's any.
There are 3.
I'll
Thank
take
you
one.
guys. Okay.
That should be in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Huge success.
Yeah.
Okay. You're
Huge
good.
success.
I got a
You're good.
pretty good
I'm gonna try
success, too.
once more, and then I'm calling it.
Malika is now serving us pie, by the way.
Malika, you're the best.
Wait.
It's a fail. It's a
You
fail.
just said
I don't-
you're making up for my chicken? What'd you just
Wow.
It's spicy.
It's
I
good.
like the spice.
That's good.
Yeah, the flavoring's good.
Okay, so that was another fail. Okay. So the 3 of you sort of try to get off trail a little bit off that path, sort of sneak into the woods, sort of alongside, so you can maybe try to flank this guy, figure out where he is. I love that this is happening. You'll find out why soon.
Oh no.
no.
Oh, no.
I shall refrain from partaking in pie until.
I love you, Joe.
Yeah, just pass it back, I guess.
Bernard,
No.
as you are, you sort of push a branch forward a little bit on a smaller tree. JJ, you see it. You sort of hand it off, and you guys are going in. Gordie, you are still looking around for fireflies. You do not see the branch. It snaps back into your face, and you go, "Ow!"
Ah, what?
Sorry.
Just a
didn't
little
see the
bit
branch.
up ahead, you hear a voice. Y'all the ones from the town?
I'm hidden. Ain't nobody seeing me.
I walk out. I just put my hands up. Yeah, I'm from the town.
Okay, you see there's 4 gentlemen. All 4 have rifles.
Oh,
They knew I'm giving you.
Yeah, I told him to go out there and while we're
Yeah,
at
he
stealth.
told me exactly. Yeah, look, I'm from the town. I'm just a.
You're one of those. You're one of the boys that came through the town. Where's your friends?
I don't know. We got separated.
You got separated within the last 25 seconds. Where are your friends?
Look, I've seen a lot of stuff tonight, and things just aren't what they seem. So, I'm telling you, they weren't with me.
Son, this rifle is what it seems. And
If you're gonna
instead of shooting you, I'm going to beat the shit out of you with it.
no, please,
Where are your friends?
they're not here. I'm telling you, they're not here.
I'm
Okay.
going to throw a rock about 50 yards behind him to make a noise off in the distance behind him.
Interesting. Roll against your... Let's roll your throw.
That sounds good.
You do have a throw.
That seems reasonable.
that's a thing.
Mm-hmm. Throw is a skill.
Unless that isn't a good skill that you have.
Oh, it's not. It's really not.
My last character had a good throw score.
Okay, Dice. It's just you and me.
She's somewhere fighting Welsh vampires.
We can do this. I believe in the heart of a dice. We're gonna distract him for Gordie. Maybe I'll hit him in the head on accident. I missed it by 3.
Ah!
That's a 23, and I have a throw of 20.
Oh.
Way.
There's one reroll left.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, I'm taking it.
I
Take
need
it, take
that.
it, take
I'm
it.
gonna need that.
Oh, yeah, for what?
Oh my god.
I got really worse on that one. That's
Okay.
26.
So you find the stone.
Find the stone. I'm like, I'm kind
You're
of
like,
like,
okay,
peering
let's
out
do it,
from behind
let's
a
do it,
tree. I
let's
hear
do
the
it.
conversation that's going on. I'm like,
Yep,
all right, I'm
I
going to
hear
make a
too.
sound. I'm going to distract him.
You let it fly. Gordie, you lose 2 hit points.
I hit Gordie?
This stone wings out
Oh,
of
fuck.
the woods and just hits Gordie in the side of the head.
I hide back behind the tree. Like, oh, shit. Oh, shit.
And the 4 of them are kind of like.
What just happened? Did you throw a rock at me?
So Gordie turns back to the woods and says, "Did you just throw
No,
a
no,
rock?"
I was looking at the guy still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The first guy just sort of sighs, and he's like, he just sort of gestures towards where the rock came from, and just said, "Y'all boys, come on out. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you."
Look, I don't know what it is you are doing in what's going on with this town, but why what's the elder? Why do you worship it? What do you what's going on here?
Son, if you want answers, I ain't much the conversating type, but again, get your friends out of the trees and come with us.
Where are we going? Where am I going?
To see the boss.
The boss? I need a name.
Well, if you're in Fisherville, you know the name Toon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now come get your friends. The boss just wants to talk.
Yes. Yeah.
What's happening?
All right, sell it. All right.
This is really interesting.
All right.
That's listening.
I come out from behind the tree,
Okay.
but I want to make it very clear to you, GM. I've hidden the cleaver in the back of my pants.
Okay.
All right. I come out with my hands up, and I start walking forward. All right, let's go see this boss. We're actually looking for this Toons.
The gentleman's
are.
like, all right, 2 out of 3.
Now, granted, there's a distance between us, and I'm starting to walk forward. Do they start to come towards me at all in any way to greet me, to meet me?
Not really. These.
No, they just stand over there and wait for me to come to them?
Yeah.
I start walking slower then. Real slow.
Okay.
Just a nice slow pace there.
Okay. As you are walking, will you... Now you don't need to roll this. As you're walking and you sort of slow down,
I got a bum leg.
you sort of see it almost out of your peripheral vision. You see legs swinging sort of above you. And as you look up, you realize in the trees there's a deer stand. And there's another guy, a 5th, just sitting in it. He has a rifle. He's just watching.
Right above me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would like to assume that it's most likely that I'm still within my eye line of my compadre here. Because he was watching me go out. We had a whole plan.
We can assume that.
All right. Then I do this. As I'm walking forward.
Okay, hang on. Okay.
Do I need to roll for it? Do I see it? I'm assuming I see it.
No, yeah, you can see it.
He's
I'm
watching
just,
me.
I'm just seeing if our new friend saw it.
I'm walking. I got a bum leg here. So it's going to take me a little bit to get over there. You know, that's why I'm guessing you were looking for me. It takes me a while to get up a hill like that.
That's true.
I'm going to maneuver as slowly as I can so that I can see kind of the eyesight of what he's pointing at.
The as you are sort of maneuvering over, you get a better look at the stand. But just as you are seeing it, you actually then hear the guy say, Was that for the benefit of your boy, or?
Oh, you up there? You
No.
frightened me there.
No reason to be planning nothing.
Say what?
Oh, this is the guy. This is just the dude that's
that's
been
standing
doing the
in front of
talking.
What do you mean planning nothing? I ain't much for plans, you see. I'm a person that runs off of instinct. Follow my gut.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what. We're gonna head back to the house,
No, we don't want to go back.
get some dinner in us,
Oh, the house, you say?
get some drink in us.
Which house might that be?
I'm not going back to that.
Going back. We're going to the boss's house.
Okay.
When was the last time y'all ate?
Last time we ate, you say? I don't remember. I don't know how long we've actually been out here.
Well, he sort of checks his watch. Night shift's lunch is in about 15 minutes, so
Are you?
So food. You know, I hope you don't mind me asking, sir. We've had a little bit of a rough night. You see, we've been held captive here and there, attacked.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen some weird stuff.
You burned down a diner?
No, we didn't do that.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna
We
be
did
real
not
with you.
do that.
I'm gonna be real with you. I did that.
Oh.
Gordie doesn't know about it because he wasn't there. But you see, I was being held at gunpoint.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't very welcoming or inviting in that, for that matter. And that's kind of how we've been treated this whole night. And it makes me a little bit weary, you see.
Well, I appreciate that now we're getting on the same page. That is the message that I have been instructed to bring, that y'all have not been treated with much hospitality, and
Thank you.
Now,
we
fine.
aim to fix that. And when was the last time y'all ate?
I
don't
also
remember.
aim to fix this.
Oh, this might be a bad move.
I'm waiting for some sort of signal, one way or the other.
Have I walked all the way up to this guy now?
Yeah, you guys have you sort of getting up
Well-
to the group.
I really do appreciate that. JJ Thiekston.
All right. He sort of shakes your hand.
The second our hands touch, I pull the cleaver out from my back. I wheel around kind of behind him and put the cleaver to his throat.
Okay.
Wow.
I am ready to slice if this dude makes any wrong moves.
All right. Give me a fighting. Roll your fighting brawl for me.
You just pulled a Ramsey Bolton.
I like it. It's like playing with Hector.
That's a big success.
Okay.
Big success.
So you go to sort of shake the guy's head and hand. And
Listen to me! Listen to me!
and just as he is saying Joseph,
That's his name.
you grab him, you wheel him around, and
I've got the cleaver at his neck. Everybody drop the weapons.
he tenses, and his rifle
on the ground.
sort of drops out of instinct. There's a real tense moment, and he sort of looks around to his guys and kind of.
On the ground. And you, up in the tree. I want to hear that gun hit the ground.
After a moment, you do. That rifle sort of drops.
I go grab the
hits
rifle.
the ground. Gordie picks up the gun, and Joseph sort of. That moment of tension is past, and
Everybody's
he sort of
unarmed?
sighs.
Everyone's unarmed?
As far as you can tell, everyone that you can see is unarmed.
Okay, I'm going to give Bert the signal then.
I don't know who Bert is.
You know what I mean. I'm going to give Bernard the signal.
No.
I'm going to give Bernard the signal. And that signal is going to be letting this cleaver slip across this guy's throat. Now that I know the guns are dropped and everybody's unarmed.
And then as he does that, I'm going to flip the rifle backwards, and I'm going to slam down the head of one of the guys.
I'm gonna totally shoot one other dude.
Well,
Okay. Well, you're not super close, so
Oh.
you'll have to maybe do a little dash.
Yeah, I'll,
Okay.
yeah.
Just like take it like a jousting lance and just run at him.
Yeah. Does it have a? I don't think it's
Like
one
a
of those.
bayonet?
I don't think it's a bayonet, but
So
yeah, that'd be dope.
as
Yeah.
JJ slides
Oh my god.
a cleaver, a whole meat cleaver, across this gentleman's throat.
Joseph. I know his
and-
name. I heard
Oh,
it.
I'm not letting his body drop either. I'm gonna make
And-
sure and hold on to it just in case somebody gets a bright idea to pick up a gun.
And as Gordie is dashing forward, we're going to cut.
Oh my god!
Joe's like, what do I do with it?
I'm gonna hang on. This is my impression of Bert from Pencils and Parsecs.
The fact that you didn't actually rip the rest of that sheet lets me know you still got things we can ruin tonight.
Yes, so many things.
Oh man.
We're going to cut.
Oh boy.
Apollonia, there is a Florence. There is this just smack of pain, like you've been struck by a vehicle.
no.
There's this shock of freezing cold.
Jesus.
Water. Yes.
Like we
as
fell into a
you-
lake.
Exactly, like you have fallen
Good.
into
It's mine. You can't have
a lake.
Now we're hydrated.
And I exactly.
it. You know, think positive. I like it.
I would like to say Happy Pi Day, everyone.
And will both of you please roll your swim for me?
Swim.
Yeah.
There's
We
one
don't have any,
reroll.
it's like, where'd our dice go?
How many rerolls do we have?
One.
Great.
All right.
And that evil encounter's coming, I promise. They messed it up.
Who messed up?
Yo, I did everything
I failed
think we
by.
wanted.
I only failed by 15. So if you have like a real bad failure,
I've got a pretty bad one.
Okay.
May I take that reroll?
Yes, go
All
for
right.
it.
Well. Nope. Still bad.
Okay, so let's do this. If you'd like to take the reroll, Apollonia, if you would like to use a vampiric feat to really just sort of Olympics kick your way back to the surface.
Wait, do we have another reroll? Is that what?
We
is
have
that
one reroll.
Okay. I'm gonna take it.
You're gonna take the reroll?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Okay.
It's an act of folly, but I'm gonna try. Nope.
Yeah, I get rid of those dice.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at my die, man.
Okay.
I blame it on you.
All right. There
I rolled a
is-
35. That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't awful.
It was not a bad failure.
What did you end up rolling?
Something like 64.
Okay, what's your swim?
20.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this intense moment of panic as you are struggling
I can't swim.
to swim
I
forward.
never took swimming lessons before. I spent all my time in dance.
Florence, somehow, despite not really having a ton of formal training, you're able to sort of get yourself sort of splashing like a mad woman.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's so cold.
And you realize as you're actually pretty close to the shore, and you actually see that Apollonia has washed up on the shore.
Okay.
Am I conscious?
No.
Okay. Get this pie
Okay.
out of the way.
I wanna
So much pie.
like. Is there like oh, can I like put my feet down and see if it's not that deep where I am right now?
Not quite, but as you sort of
The lake is too big.
Just
it takes a minute, but you know whether it's just pure panic, it's pure instinct. You're sort of
Okay.
able to get yourself to a point where eventually you are. At first, you're able to get just the tips of your feet while still keeping your head above water until you're able to get to the shore and you find Apollonia unconscious on the shore.
Okay. I'm alive. Lady Wayworth, wake up. Hey! And I'm gonna like try to shake her
Okay.
awake.
Okay, you are shaking her awake.
Yeah.
And
It's very
let's see here. What are we gonna do here? Okay. So you're shaking her, and nothing's really happening until you finally sort of get really frustrated and kind of give up, and just slap her across the face just as hard as you can. Apollonia, you at
I'm
that.
sorry, but I really
at
don't
that
think I can carry you.
At that slap, you wake with a start, will you please roll against your sanity?
Okay. Are these my new?
If they feel right.
Well, those other ones weren't.
Yeah, those were really
for me,
bad.
So.
Yeah. 66. So maybe not.
Oh no, I just failed it.
Okay, you just failed it?
Yep.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You lose 5.
Oh.
Yikes.
You wake up with this start. You were completely blacked out. And so you wake up with this this rush of fear, this rush of being cornered, this rush of being panicked. Your first instinct being lunging for Florence. You see food, you see comfort, you see some security. You lunge for
I
this
lunge.
girl. And will you roll your
Oh, wow.
fighting brawl for me?
Fighting brawl.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Wait, which one's am I rolling now?
So whichever you can do combination if you feel.
You know what?
or-
I'm gonna try these.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
gonna try these. These are a pretty color.
Those are my
Where
Deku
does-
dice. So.
Well, I'm
So
not much
do
of a
your
fighter,
best.
so we'll see.
Oh, 32.
I just fail it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you you lunge really suddenly, but since you were sort of in a position
Yeah.
above her, sort of you see it coming, and you sort of react instinctually and sort of step to one side as she goes by. Okay. Apollonia is standing in front of you. She's panting. She's
Lady
almost
Wayworth?
growling. She's not quite there. There's something really different
I'm
about
sorry,
her
I
eyes.
shouldn't
There's
have-
something alarming about
I
her
shouldn't
eyes.
have done that. I couldn't think of anything else to do, though. I ain't got any sort of, like, medical training or nothing. I tried to wake you gentle, like, but
The
it wasn't
moment
working.
starts to pass. You sort of recognize again this is your companion in front of you. You sort of start to regain some measure of control.
Miss Abernathy,
Yeah,
you strike me.
I said I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. I don't know. I saw it in like, you know, the pictures one time, like slapping someone to wake them up. So I thought maybe
Florence, will you roll your
it
spot
would
hidden?
work. That is a failure.
Okay. As you were.
You strike me.
Well, he was unconscious, and then I ain't quite as strong as.
Unforced trauma is the way to remedy that.
Well, like I said, I saw it in one of them moving pictures one time.
Apollonia, you take a moment and just sort of retch forward and cup up some lake water. Very hydrated.
I go like rub her back. I'm real sorry about
That's
it.
all right. We're out of the water. Are you in one piece?
I think so.
I think
Everything seems to be accounted for.
All right. Where are we now?
So you look across the lake first, and across the lake you see the cabin where you saw the smoke coming out of the chimney. Little do you understand, little do you realize right now is that on that other side of the lake, JJ has just slit a man's throat with a meat cleaver.
Hell yeah.
Same side of the lake or
Hell
the
yeah.
opposite
They
side?
are on the opposite
Opposite
side
side.
of the lake.
Okay.
Side of the lake.
So we
yeah.
are completely ignorant to
You
all
are, yeah,
of
you are on
that.
the other side
Cool.
of the lake,
Mhm.
and it looks pretty much the same as everything else's look. There's just this like line. There's a tree line behind you. There's almost like a little bit of a beach. There is an old dock, but there's no boat.
Well, what do we do
All
now?
right, just give me a breather, please. I nearly drowned.
Okay. I still think we ought to get to the other side of this lake.
We are on the other side, love.
Oh. We ended up on the side we were trying to get to?
No.
By crossing through the bridge. No, we're back on the same
yeah,
side
you
we
are
started
back
on.
Yeah.
Oh,
you are-
same side. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
Scratch
you did not
what I-
make it across the
scratch
bridge.
what
You
I said.
ran, yeah. So other side of the lake is where the cabin is,
Mm.
and as you are sort of stopped and
We're sort of below the train tracks now. on
yeah,
the
it's sort of
lake
like
shore.
it's it's maybe 20-30 yards
Mhm.
off. And as you guys are sort of taking stock, you hear a voice from the tree line. Lady Wayworth? It was?
Do I recognize the voice?
You do. It takes a moment, but you recognize the voice of Dr. Joshua from the
The
diner.
diner. Whose wife was the maggot
Yep.
lady that
Yep, sure was. Sure was.
I ignore it and I walk away.
Oh,
From the voice.
where are you heading?
In the opposite direction of where the voice is coming from.
Okay, so you are sort of walking back, sort of along the shore, back towards the direction of the train
Alright,
tracks.
come, my dear.
I go to catch up with her. Say that
Ladies?
voice, isn't that the voice of the guy that...
Keep walking.
My memory's a little fuzzy, but
Remember-
correct me if I'm wrong. His wife turned into a giant monster that was made out of a bunch of
I
bugs.
shall correct you here.
Okay.
It was Florence, right?
How does he know that? I didn't tell him my name was
Or I'm
Florence.
sorry. I apologize.
lied.
Let me back up. What was your fake name?
May.
May. Thank you. That was on me. It was May, wasn't it?
I'm just walking. I'm walking away.
May, you sure you're
I'm
safe with who
following-
you're with?
I'm following her example. I trust you, Lady Wayworth. I trust that you are making the right decision, and I'm just gonna follow where you go.
Okay.
Right now, my objective is away. That's my objective.
Okay. So you guys sort of head back. You're starting to hike back uphill.
Okay.
There's an incline sort of back up to the train tracks. A little bit of time goes by, but eventually you find yourselves back up almost to where you were, more or less. And as you sort of work your way up to the tracks, you find waiting for you. You find the gentleman from the diner, Dr. Joshua, is standing.
Huh?
And he has. There's just another gentleman in overalls, just a shining example of my state,
Okay.
standing next to him.
Oh, and we're like face to face with them.
Yeah, they're sort of they're sort of up top as you guys sort of emerge.
Very people we're trying to get away from.
Listen, I think it's best to just confront this head on.
I normally would agree with you.
Ain't
But
no.
do you remember what this gentleman's companion did?
Well,
Turned into?
maybe, and this is a big if, it's possible that he doesn't know, and maybe we ought to warn him, you know? Or at least act like maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he'll get us somewhere where we can get more information about what's going on in this town.
Either way, my dear.
Oh, hello there!
They've been sort of standing up top, not necessarily like straight up, just staring where you were coming up from, but walking around, sort of looking around. It's clear that they're sort of expecting you to head this way, and then when he hears the voice, he sort of looks over and just gives you a wave.
I go, like, running up to them.
Okay. You're sort of following behind.
I don't run though.
Okay, sure.
Listen, you gotta get out of the forest. There was an awful monster in there. It was all made out of bugs that tried to kill us, I swear.
And he kind of gives you a look and he says that, well, not necessarily what I expected to hear, I suppose.
Well-
A what you said?
Well, I don't mean to alarm you or anything, sir. You might want to sit down to hear this, but it was your wife, or that, I think you said that you was married at the diner. She tried to get us to follow her deeper into the woods, and then she turned into a bunch of bugs and tried to kill us. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds really crazy when I'm saying it right now.
Well, that's marriage.
I wouldn't know. Never got that far.
Well, ladies, I apologize for sort of. I suppose I'm stalking you in a way, but you know, it's easier to get back up here if you know what trails to take.
Been following us the whole time.
Well, she splashed ashore. I heard you. You're gonna freeze to death out here if you don't take care of it.
It's all right from London.
It's true, I gotta
Used to the cold.
take off these wet things.
It's all right. I'm London. I'm used to the wet.
Well, our house is just a little bit further back.
Can I
Your
see
house with
the smoking stack?
the lady that turned into a bug monster and tried to kill us?
Again, my wife.
I'm just saying it was definitely alarming, and you don't seem very alarmed about it, and that in of itself is a bit alarming, if you know what I mean.
I suppose I'm not hugely alarmed, but then
You mean this
Maybe-
happens to people out here all the time?
it does.
Okay.
But let me say this: as long as you're with me, nothing's going to happen to you.
I sit down on a rock, fallen log, whatever.
Okay?
I'd appreciate it if you weren't so vague.
Yeah, if
Very
you could
well.
be a little more specific.
Miss Wayworth, certainly, I apologize. My wife Kendall, you obviously had an encounter with her this evening. You've described her accurately.
Uh,
That said, she won't be bothering you again this evening. And if you'd like to get your teeth chattering a little bit less before you catch hypothermia and catch your death out here, y'all come on back and have a cup of coffee.
So how does a man of medicine like you meet with a woman not of this world?
Well, it's a great story for walking and a great story over coffee.
And why should we follow?
It's a fair question. I suppose my question, May, is have you heard any stories from your companion here? She's got some interesting one too, I'm sure.
from Lady Wayworth? Well, all I know is she's from England and she's a businesswoman. She's trying to make connections out here so she can expand and get more customers and more money. I admire a woman who's trying to take her financial matters into her own hands.
So do I.
You
Well,
still haven't answered my question, love.
oh, if I could be less vague?
No.
Well, sorry, restate your question a little bit. And I'll answer as truthfully as I can, and then hopefully we can, get out of here before another train comes, because the noise does not necessarily agree with me.
Why should we follow?
Because your friend is soaking wet and freezing to death.
Did you
I know that is not much of an issue for you.
Yeah, she does seem to be pretty exceptional. I guess if
Yes,
you
she
got a lot of
does.
money, you get all kinds of other perks.
Besides the exposure. Why?
Besides the exposure.
Yes.
Because I invited you politely, I suppose.
Did you know that you was married to a bug monster?
I wasn't always married to a bug monster.
Well, what happened? She was like a real regular sort of gal for a while?
A real regular sort of gal, yeah.
And why did this happen to her?
What's your real name, May?
It's Florence.
Florence?
Yeah,
Pleasure, Florence.
nice to meet you again, Doctor.
Toon, Dr. Toon.
Toon. Huh.
You know that name?
I feel like I heard it somewhere before.
Mm.
Y'all are a real big deal in this town.
Yeah, suppose we are. My parents more than me. But, again, you know, I've got a small place. It's not quite the cabin, but it's warm.
I really am sort of in need of getting out of the cold and the dark and...
All right then. I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sure would like a cup of coffee if you catch my drift, after all we've been through tonight.
I do, and maybe we can find something stronger for your friend. He sort of gestures to his companion, who heads down the trail that they walked back up.
Guess they must really like actually drinking coffee in this town.
And he says, "If you don't mind, I'll lead the way." And he heads down the trail.
You kind of have to lead the way. I don't know where your house is. I've never been here before.
Are we trailing him? So if I were to speak in hushed tones, would he hear us?
No, probably not. You guys are a good enough distance,
All right.
distance back.
Just kind of following.
This Toon family.
Yeah. They're the ones that...
Your companion
Yeah.
left you for?
Well, it's not so much that he left me for them specifically.
What did he tell you?
Oh, he didn't tell me nothing. That was the problem, was when we was first involved, I didn't know that he was involved with, gangsters and the mob and whatnot. I just thought he was a real rich, sort of refined gentleman. He said he was a businessman. I didn't really question what kind of business it was.
As you're walking, every now and then Dr. Joshua is throwing back a friendly fact, about the area. My folks have been here since this area was a county.
Charming.
My house was actually their house, and I inherited it.
That's quaint.
Oh, that must be lovely. Anyway, well, like I was saying, Bobby ended things with me because of some situation involving the mob, and he couldn't hide his involvement from me anymore. And so that was why he broke it off, because he didn't want me to get involved or in trouble, or I don't know.
And now you're doing the very thing he said not to do.
I'm trying to prove to him that just because I am a woman of the stage, it does not mean that I am not capable of handling dangerous situations.
No one's saying that, love.
And as you sort of follow Dr. Joshua, we are going to cut back.
Okay, question. Hold on. I feel like you were stalling. Bert's not crazy yet, right?
Do what?
Bert's not crazy yet, right?
Not quite yet.
Oh,
Oh
thank God.
my god.
I was worried about that so much. I was like, you cut away right before Bert resolved his actions. What the fuck?
And to be fair, I didn't realize we had hit our goal because I had accidentally closed out of the window because I'm bad at my job.
Wait, which
So
goal?
Wait, we did hit?
We
You
did
mean
hit a
that-
goal.
You mean to change it?
Oh, so yeah, we did hit a goal.
Wait.
So Bert is, it just hasn't, sorry, let me rephrase this. It just hasn't happened yet. But we did hit our goal, and you're about to lose Bernard.
Oh no.
Thank you, chat.
I've been thinking about Crazy Bernard all week. Thinking if it was going to hit me, and okay, this is going to be good.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Shit.
As JJ,
So you didn't do that on purpose?
no,
God damn it.
I am not capable enough to do something like this on purpose. This is purely chat. So several things happen as JJ drags this meat cleaver across this guy's throat. First, Gordie, you dash forward to the closest guy, who turns sort of in reaction to seeing movement. And he's sort of going for his gun. As he turns, Gordie, his head turns, and his head is just a circular yellow disc.
What the fuck? You can't smash that. It's your pride and joy, dude.
What the? Do I have to roll my sanity to see what?
Yes.
Oh man.
Gordie, why you stopping?
Told
Bash
you it
his
was
fucking
coming.
face in.
They just messed it up.
Gordie, bash his face
I
in.
succeeded. I succeeded. I got 36.
Okay, you.
Holy shit.
This craziness is presenting itself in front of you. You dig down deep. You do lose one sanity still. You dig down deep, and just this scream, this war cry, comes out of Gordie as he dashes forward and and he rolls for me, please, his fighting brawl.
Hey, say I know I can make better stuff. I was you're a piece of, you're nothing. You're nothing. I can make better than you. I don't need you.
Wow, Gordie.
I don't need you.
So
Gordie
as
smack talks on the same level that
as
Matt
Gordie
does.
is
Okay, here we go. 1d3, right?
Oh, I'm gonna. You're gonna. Oh, I'm gonna. You're the.
so I'll resolve that with you in just a second, Gordie. As that is happening, Bernard, you are. The signal has happened.
Yes.
And there's this moment where you are sort of choosing a target.
Yes.
I'm sitting here. I slit that throat. And I'm like,
When-
it's up to you, Bernard.
You feel the wind start to pick up
Okay.
around you.
Sure.
And just like at the house, the forest starts to grow dark. Almost like it's closing in on you, Bernard. There's a crash of thunder
Okay.
in the sky. And on the wind, you almost hear just like what feels like laughter. And as this feeling of dread creeps over you, I'm going to ask JJ,
Yeah.
who is seeing the exact same thing happen.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to roll against your sanity.
Oh, not a problem.
Bernard,
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Not a problem.
Not a
your
problem.
vision sort of shifts as you look out ahead into no man's land
Mm-hmm.
and see this group of people
Yes.
struggling. What do you do?
Well, you said verbatim, and I quote it down, that Gordie let out a war cry.
Oh boy. Gordie, you ruined everything.
So as like that war cry kind of goes off and triggers, it's kind of like the sound of lightning is mixed with like the distant sound of like howitzers going off. So it's this lightning and like of like thunder. I'm transported back, and I see in front of me what is clearly a squad of German soldiers next to my two comrades in arms. And I'm back. It's time to kill everyone. And I'm gonna fire at the dude who's up in the in like the hide first.
Okay.
He was like climbing down here. He just tossed his gun down.
He had tossed his gun down. He's just in the stand. What did you roll for your fighting brawl?
Oh,
You can just roll it again.
yeah, I totally forgot. Any rerolls?
4.
I'll use it. 1. I'll use another.
Oh, dear God.
I do need to shoot people.
Classic Matt.
That one's even worse. So should I use the last
Oh.
one?
No.
You have 2 more.
Oh, 2 more. All right, I'll save one for Zach.
No, not for me.
Oh, that's a 5. So I succeed.
Okay. Oh, 5. You succeed very well. So the disc face is just reaching for this weapon as you just plow into it screaming, and you slam the butt of the rifle just in the center of the disc, and just blood pours out of
The disc.
the disc. It cracks in the middle, and blood pours out. Some splashes against your face. You hear bone breaking as the disc breaks, and this it crumples to the ground in front of you. And as that is happening, you are taking your shot.
Don't let them fool you. They're always up to their tricks. I'm assuming this is my rifle.
Mhm.
Fighting.
It's firearms, rifle, shot.
Yeah.
type.
Can I use? There's one reroll.
There's one
I'll
reroll.
use that.
Oh no!
Gotta be kidding me. That's a pretty bad fail.
Okay.
But I know that there's gonna be a new reroll that's coming in right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Roll it.
All right, so I just fire.
You take this shot. the bullet explodes in the trunk of the tree where this guy sort of set up. It startles him enough. This guy falls off of the stand. JJ.
All right, so there was probably, the way you described it before, there were two individuals standing next to the guy. I had the guy in the center, so now there's a guy on either side of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so because I've already slit this one's throat and I've got the body, and I had dropped the gun, I'm going to let his body and my body go limp a little bit.
Okay.
As one of them's probably going to be reaching for a gun, I want to make sure that I kind of come down and keep that body in front of me. And then I'm going to use the cleaver to take out the Achilles tendons of the one behind me on the other side.
Oh my god!
So I'm going to let it kind of fall, keep one to block any incoming fire that might happen, and then I'm going to take that cleaver right across his ankles.
Okay, go ahead and roll your brawl.
Smash and success.
Hell yeah. So you fall backwards. There's a lot going on. There was a shot from the distance. He's screaming and has lost his mind. Light has cut out. A thunderstorm has rolled in. All in like a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. These guys are sort of all over the place. Your cleaver just digs in just above this guy's feet, and he screams in pain.
In my head,
and just,
I'm thinking I'm going to keep that one alive because I need to know where the Toons family
and he
is.
drops to his knees. They were inviting you over.
The fuck they were! I don't trust you, Jim!
He drops to his knees, just sort of howling in pain, and as this happens, as you sort of fall backwards, the guy whose body you're holding, Joseph, his head sort of lops to its side, facing you. And there is sort of almost in his cheeks, just for a minute, this bizarre glow.
All right.
You haven't seen anything like it before. And there's just this brief moment where the sides of his cheeks just have this unearthly glow that's getting brighter and brighter until his jaw drops open and fireflies just start to pour out of his mouth.
Oh, well, no. Is this... No.
Will you please roll against your sanity?
Yeah, I can do that.
Boy.
Oh, God, that's
It's gonna be no problem.
that's my fault. I'm so sorry.
Smash
is
and
Chet's
success.
Yeah.
Smash and success.
Yeah, it's definitely your fault.
I mentioned something, and then it turns into something.
Okay,
That's the way
so
it goes.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this shit right now.
so you lose one, and somehow you're able to shake that off. Unflappable JJ.
There's still one more.
The other gentleman is looking around. He's seeing what's happening, but even with like his friends dying around him, he is looking at the sky, and you just hear him go, "Fuck this," and he starts to take off.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Question for you.
Yes.
They probably arrived in a vehicle, right? Well, can I look around as he's running away and see if there's a vehicle?
Sure. No. I won't make you waste a roll on that. You do
Okay.
not see anything.
Okay.
How many glorious rerolls do I have?
2.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'm not gonna need them, but in case I need them, this guy's running, so
You guys are dicks. I love you guys. Sorry. Go ahead.
that is a
Good feedback.
fantastic roll. That is a 19 out of my 60.
Okay.
Damn.
So I'm just
What,
even though he's running,
what kind of damage does your rifle do?
I don't know. It's if I went off my old one, it was 2d10 plus 4. No, that can't be right.
It is. I have your unarmed 2d10. Let's do 1d10.
Okay.
We'll just call it 1d10.
Oh, that is a.
It's fun
percentile dice.
playing a tabletop game that like firearms and stuff matter so little that I'm like, I don't even remember what that does.
It's 3.
3? Okay. You fire off another shot, and you see ahead where this guy falls to the ground, starts to crawl forward, gets himself back up, and now is just full hop along, just like limping further into the forest. As that second shot happens, Gordie, you are kneeling over this guy's body. You're still just hitting it with the butt of your rifle, and you happen to look up when not only bugs start to pour out of the gentleman lying next to JJ's mouth, but they are also have a bioluminescence, which you now have a phobia of. So I'm going to ask you to... Wow.
I'm also gonna do a burden.
So I'm going to ask you to roll against your...
So I took the jar
It
away
was
from
so
him.
sanity.
pure.
It really was.
It was so pure, that moment.
And since two of them are happening at
Got
once,
ruined.
I'm going to roll on my chart. If you fail, I'm going to roll my chart twice, and I'm going to take the worst one.
Just don't feel it.
Just don't fail.
How many rerolls do we have? Can I reroll this? Probably
No,
not. I
this
failed.
is it's a phobia.
Oh no!
That's okay,
Yeah.
GM. I respect that.
Your decision.
What
Going
the
on the
fuck?
journey.
Oh man,
Oh my god.
what's that?
I rolled a 15 on a 1d6.
15 for what?
It's
For-
a
That's a 6.
It's really weird.
Oh,
Why
15th
would you put
anniversary
that-
dice.
That's stupid.
But Whiz Kids, we love you. Thank you for all the work you sent us.
I'm sorry. It just confused me a lot. I was like, did I roll a d20? What
You
the
can
hell
roll.
did I just do?
You can roll a rabbit if you get a HyperRPG.
Oh, true.
D6.
Oh, I rolled rabbit. You're fine. Okay. So you see these fireflies pour out. You feel the wind sort of start to pick up around you. And you, once again, Gordie, there's like a tinge of red around everything, and you almost feel this heat as you start to realize, no, you were right. You are in hell.
Oh,
Do I see
no.
Gordie losing his shit?
Probably.
Is he still smashing the face into this guy where this is all happening?
What you
Like,
doing,
is
Gordie?
He just instinctively doing that?
It like so the light comes at me and I just like I'm back in it. I never left this house. This is real. This is real. And I start smashing the face just even more. Where the fireflies came out. I'm just like I want to just kill. Just make sure it's like flat.
Okay.
Just his eyeballs, just
Oh.
like
Yeah.
everything just.
Well, you said where the
flat.
fireflies are coming out, so you smashing the face into the guy that's
So
on
let's
top of
back.
me?
So let's back up
Yeah.
because
Also
of,
was coming
let's
out.
say
That's
that
okay.
because of the failed roll will sort of escalate, and sort of where the split was in the disc, they had started to come out there too. So now you're just sort of like
Jesus.
hitting to
It was. I remember. I see a disc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just.
Now
I'm
they're just
like,
coming out of the
no,
disc.
Please, no! I didn't do anything. I swear, I didn't want to. I did everything right. I didn't want to be. I tried. I tried to
While
make people
Gordie's
happy.
losing his shit, and Bernard is apparently now hunting some dude that's running away, I go over to the guy that fell out of the tree, and I slit his throat.
Okay.
Just real casual, like.
Well,
I
I make sure. Yeah, I walk over there with my lamp. It's just like another fucking day.
Roll your
Country bum fucks.
fighting brawl.
Oh my god.
We have 2 rerolls.
Don't need it.
No.
A huge success.
What is
Yes.
what?
I don't know.
It's probably because you were using a really sleek 15th anniversary dice. Thank you guys so much for sending. Love all of your products. Okay, so yeah, you just sort of stab this guy in the throat and let it pour, and his eyes just are sort of like staring.
I let his body fall to the
Up at
ground.
you?
I wipe
Yeah.
off the blade, and I make my way over to the one whose ankles I just took out from under him. 'cause I
Okay,
got
he's
questions.
lying there just sort of.
dying.
I want to be here for this so bad.
So as he's in pain and kind of bleeding out from his ankles,
Okay.
I put my good foot, my good leg, onto his chest and kind of push him down into the ground, kind of lean in on him with the blade,
Okay.
still kind of wiping the blood off of my arm. So this Toon's house.
Man, we gotta get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh yeah, why's that?
Don't you fucking feel it, man?
Same thing I felt all night, I think. Something ain't right around here. Why don't you tell me what that is?
He's awake, man. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get
Who's
inside.
awake? I need you to use specifics for me.
Him, the elder man. He's awake.
The elder man, the old dude with the dick?
No, not the old. What? The old dick dude? What? No, man. It is awake.
What the hell is
It's
it?
the fucking forest, man. It's the trees.
I
It's
start
under us.
smacking his face. I need you to keep it
It's
together.
under us, man.
Under us.
He's awake and he's gonna fucking come get us, man.
The tentacles thing.
The fucking shadow man is coming. We
shadow
gotta get
man.
inside.
The darkness?
Yeah, man. We gotta get inside. Come on, brother.
All right. All right. I take off my jacket
Oh no.
and I kind of tie up his arms. You know, I don't stop the bleeding on his legs.
Oh my god.
I figure if you're easier to get, see, I'm a slow one already, so I need somebody slower than me.
Oh my god.
Why do you like this so much?
Because I've been seeing. My guy's lost it.
Okay. So I'm gonna leave him tied up there for whatever this shadow is, because I figure if I gotta get away, you don't have to outrun the bear. You just gotta outrun the guy next to you.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you're leaving him?
Well, I'm gonna go check on Gordie now.
Okay. Gordie, what's happening?
I'm just sitting down and I'm just like trying to stop like the light from coming through the to me the frisbee, and I'm just putting my hands up. Please, please stop.
Gordie!
Stop that.
Gordie!
What? What?
It's not Satan's dick.
It is weird.
No, no,
He's
no, no.
going
It's
to-
some shadow monster, all right, and it's coming for us.
Shadow monster must be one of his.
That thing we saw in the woods. All right, it's some. The elder.
This is hell.
The elder you were talking about.
In the distance, you hear, just like you heard at the beginning of the night, after you, right before you threw your gun at the thing,
Yeah.
you hear that same roar from
Gordie,
deeper
We're
into
already
the
dead,
forest.
man.
It's coming for us.
We're already dead.
Look, I left
JJ,
a present for it. Maybe it'll keep it happy for a
You
little
gotta
bit.
untie me, man! What the hell, man?
Shut the fuck up!
You gotta fucking untie me, man!
You're gonna shut up.
You think we can get out of here? You think we can escape?
Look, we gotta get Bernard. We gotta get the war hero. All right, he's lost his fucking mind. He's chasing down some dude that's limping away. We're gonna get him.
Where you at,
And we're gonna
Bernard?
get out of here.
I'm gonna herg this one. I have
Here we go.
You're gonna talk about Coco?
as
Now it's part of your
that's
culture
part
on
of
your
my culture
planet.
on my planet. No, I've used my excellent tracking skills, and this person is wounded and limping. Then I'm gonna get in front of them, and I just kind of
Okay.
like pop out of.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll on tracking because he's literally just crawling up a
So-
cleared hiking trail.
So I've gotten in front of him, and I just kind of pop out of the trail,
Okay.
holding the rifle, and
Okay.
pointing at him.
He reaches up to you as if he's hoping for help.
Don't worry, I'll send your Kaiser to meet you soon. And I pull the trigger.
All right. Go ahead. Roll that.
You
rifle
made us
shotgun.
this way.
Roll,
You made us this way.
roll with an advantage. So roll twice. Take
Cool.
the best score.
Damn.
Good, thank
you're
you.
right in front of the guy.
Oops. Okay. 59, but I have a 60. So
Okay, you barely. Yeah, you
Generous.
barely. You pull the trigger, and this guy's head just.
I hear the shot,
Yeah.
so I know what general direction Bernard's in.
He's not too far ahead. Like you,
All right,
if you
Gordie.
looked up, you could see him.
Look,
All right,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
go get Bernard. I need you to keep it together, all right?
You gotta untie me, man. What the fuck, man?
I'm grabbing,
I am leaving you for that elder dick, so you're gonna shut your mouth. Let's go.
I'm grabbing the
Yeah,
body
yeah.
and I'm dragging it back to where the.
Let's go, JJ. Come on.
You're walking towards them.
Yeah, I'm dragging the dude back to them.
Bernard, Bernard.
Okay, you guys see Bernard literally just like he's holding sort of by the back of the jacket. Just a guy, his head is gone.
He's dead,
Jesus
Bernard.
Christ.
Yes, I know.
Leave him. We gotta go.
We gotta search these bodies for.
No, we don't have to search him for anything. We gotta get out of here.
JJ,
The
it's
shadow
a
monster's
decent
coming.
amount of gore. Even with everything going on, I need you to roll against your sanity.
I ain't fucking worried. I'm as sane as can be. That's a perfectly good success, almost by half.
Okay, you sort of,
Oh.
and then
Okay.
you're right back in it.
All right.
God, I want to get to that.
You left one alive.
Look, this is gotta be, even if this is hell.
I left
but-
him alive because the monster's coming and we need to leave him something so it slows him down. Hopefully. I don't know. This is just a theory.
You hear that roar again.
JJ, look at me and tell me, do you really think we can get out of this?
Fuck no. But we gotta try.
Just so you guys are understanding my POV, you're wearing like a captain's uniform and you're wearing like a private.
I don't know if we can make it.
Hey. You with me, Bernard? What's going on?
Captain, I think it's best if we.
Captain. Call me fucking captain.
if we
Hey,
just
soldier.
Interrogate the.
Wisen the fuck
person.
up. Hey.
Sir.
I'm pulling rank on you right now. fall in line. We need to move out.
It's getting closer. Come
There's
on.
a squadron coming over the hill. If we stay here, we're doomed. There's only 3 of us.
JJ's
We
right.
need to
We
go
have
back
to
to
fight.
reinforcements.
In the distance, back in the direction of sort of the train tracks, just to give you guys an idea of where it's coming from. You can almost see tree lines starting to move.
They're moving in.
Yeah, they got
Armored support.
armored support. We need to get out of here. We got to go back for reinforcements.
Yes.
All right, there's this small town not too far from here. All right?
The villa.
Yeah, the villa. We need to go.
Yes.
All right, you're our best scout.
Yes.
You lead the way, we follow you. You warn us if you see anything, all right?
Yes. But first we should police these bodies. And I'm gonna like swap
What the
out my
fuck
gun
with-
for like anything that I see is better than like the hunting rifle I have.
They've all pretty much got the same.
I see all the guns and I keep the cleaver.
I'm taking the ammo then.
Okay. Okay,
I'm
you
keeping
grab
my
some
rifle.
ammo.
I'm keeping
Okay.
the hunting gun.
All right, lead the way. Further in, towards the villa, all right?
Yes.
Keep your eyes peeled, soldier.
All right, I'm gonna.
Don't fucking say anything or I'll smack you across the head.
It's fair.
So you guys are moving
I'm
up the
scouting
path.
out,
Yeah.
Okay, you're sort of
I'm moving forward,
You're in front.
keeping the I guess where this thing is coming in my mind.
Okay.
But I'm gonna start scouting up ahead.
Okay. So the 3 of you are sort of moving as quickly as you can, sort of
Come on. Come on.
ahead. Bernard's on point.
We have that
Um,
one guy, right?
You hear
No,
No,
I
he
left
left
him.
him.
I left
Yeah,
him for the
right.
shadow monster.
you hear him just
Satan's dick's gonna eat him.
screaming at you in the back to untie him, to let him go, that this isn't right. Eventually that voice stops as the 3 of you sort of cross through this clearing
All right.
in the forest, and you find yourselves in basically what is almost a front yard and a front walk to this cabin.
To a cabin.
We gotta go
What do
in.
you think? Do we hold up here? It sounds close. You heard the scream stop. That means they're close.
This is a more defensible position, but
More defensive.
We should
position.
we
Look,
could
I
get
need
in
you
there,
to
we could
understand.
board
Here's
up.
something I need you to understand, Bernard. Whatever it is, that armored support, we can't take that on.
no, we don't.
We gotta hide.
Yes.
You feel like this is a spot that we can hide efficiently, or do we need to move forward?
Well, if this thing is as support is,
Look,
if it doesn't see us, this is the perfect spot.
I think we need to make a fail-safe too, where if there's anything in there that we can use to like blow up or something, like if there's a
Blow up or something?
yeah, you know,
If it's
if there's a
armored, we
chimney,
need
if
some
there's
sort of
With
yes,
your
explosive.
microorganisms and shit?
No, I'm not. I know what I'm doing.
Oh
all right.
Jesus! And I like
If
go for
there's-
my bottle and I start drinking. When's the last time you had water?
I don't have time for your shit right now. Soldier, keep it together. Water's not my concern.
very
Our
important.
livelihood is.
Let's go. We have to go inside. It's getting closer, man.
Yeah, let me just scout up ahead. I'm gonna stealth my way quickly, not like slow marching my way, but I'm gonna slowly approach this house.
Okay, so you sort of move up. Are you guys following?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm following.
So the 3 of you are walking up. Bernard is on point, and as you walk up, there's sort of a wraparound porch. It's I described it as a log cabin, but
Yeah.
it's a nice cabin. Okay.
Alright.
It's a maybe a 2-story home.
Ooh.
With this really nice sort of wraparound porch. You see windows. There's lights coming, from the windows. There's a very nice looking garden.
So the lights are on.
Yes. And as you guys sort of walk up, this is someone's very nice vacation home someday in the future.
But the
maybe.
lights are on.
Yes.
But not.
Sir,
If there's anybody in there, keep them quiet. Do you understand what I'm saying? You be quiet.
GM, in context of where my mind is at, am I in like? You said no man's land? I'm not in German occupied.
You guys have traveled back. You've traveled sort of back across the line, sort of into Allied.
Okay.
You're
okay.
moving to safety.
Perfect.
You're
okay.
moving to a villa.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Understood.
Alright,
Yeah,
those
no,
are
they'll be quiet.
civilians in there.
Yes.
We need to keep them quiet though,
Yeah,
so the
absolutely.
armored support doesn't know where we
They'll
are.
understand. And I like shoulder my weapon. Then.
I don't know how long I can keep this shit up. I wasn't in no goddamn war. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's all right.
You guys are still sort
Look.
of moving ahead.
He trusts you.
am I
That's
at
all
the
that
door?
matters.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay, so
Think
you're
I'm
sort
the
of
fucking
walking up
captain.
the.
It's probably established on some sort of trust you made before.
Bernard,
this.
as you step up to the porch, Go ahead and roll your spot hidden.
Sure. Yeah, that's half of my. I
Okay,
succeeded
so
by
success.
Ah.
So you actually see him before you hear him.
Gordie.
There is an older gentleman.
Gordie.
He looks to be maybe in his 70s,
I need you to understand
on a
something,
rocking
Gordie.
chair, rocking back and forth.
There wasn't no truck out there. Those men from Toons,
Yeah.
they were within walking distance.
And he just gives you a friendly wave.
Oh, he sees me and I see him.
Yes, I mean he's just on.
Oh, he's on the porch.
Yeah, he's on the porch.
Oh,
in
I
a
thought he was
rocking chair.
inside. Yeah,
no,
on the
he is
porch.
on the porch in a rocking chair.
Okay, then definitely at that point, yeah, completely shoulder it.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry to bother you, but it seems that enemy forces are moving in, and it's not safe to be outside.
Hey, soldier,
we
soldier.
need you to quickly.
Stand down.
There is a storm,
Stand down, soldier.
but all storms pass.
Good sir. Would you happen to be in any relation to the Toons family?
Who's asking?
J.J. Theakson, sir.
The boys from town.
Yes, from out of town, that's right.
Did you miss my boys on the road?
Never saw him. I think whatever's chasing us got to them first.
Ah, it's a shame. Still, it happens. I'm Ed Toon.
Ed Toon, huh?
As you sort of looking at this man, he's smaller than you maybe would have expected. He's got a shock of white hair that's sort of thinning right at the top, and he has a pretty wild gray and black streaked beard. He's wearing overalls. He's just has a glass of what looks to be tea sitting in his lap. I mean, he literally just looks like someone's grandpa sitting and watching a thunderstorm.
Ed, you mind if I sit down next to you?
Be my guest.
Sir, we don't have time for this.
Hey, Bernard, whatever it is that's chasing us, we're not going to outrun it.
You're safe now, son. It won't bother you here.
Mr. Toons, I hope you don't mind me asking, but why is that? This, elder.
Well, starting in the middle of a story, things won't quite make sense to you, but the short of it is we have an understanding.
You have an understanding. Does that understanding involve human sacrifices?
Well, and he sort of gets up and he stands. Sometimes, yes. I'm assuming that fate has befallen my boys. And you three are the ones that have been causing all that trouble, huh?
Well, trouble is, trouble does, but we've been out here trying to survive, you see. I think there's been a large misunderstanding. I think some of your boys caught us when we came into town, thought we were up to no good, but really we was just here on assignment, asking for the boss man. Some of his boys went missing. Now, I'm perfectly fine going back to the boss and letting him know there ain't nothing out here. And maybe they skipped town.
Well, that's mighty charitable of you. Mighty charitable indeed. But if we're going to have any kind of negotiation with the situation, what we find ourselves in, there's really only one thing that can happen.
I hope I like this answer.
You boys are going to have to come inside and have some pie.
Pretty hungry.
Gordie?
I just laid out the night shift's lunch, and if there ain't coming back to get it, then someone's got to eat it.
Night shift's lunch, huh?
I hate to waste a good pecan pie. This
Mind
little
if we have
man-
a conversation as we talk to?
Well, we always have conversations as we're talking.
We do that in the South as well, son.
Oh,
We can talk, we eat. Sometimes I wear shoes. He sort of laughs at his own little joke and
that was a good one.
walks into the house.
I follow. Stand down, soldier.
Look.
Keep your eyes peeled, alright?
I'm the old man.
On everything.
Maybe we can get some
If
answers.
it jumps, you knock it down.
I mean, this is all just a big misunderstanding, maybe, you know, maybe.
Gordie. You gotta remember why we're here. They went
driver.
missing.
I'm the driver.
No, fuck that.
You mean that?
You've earned your spot. Now, Gordie. They went missing. We was about to go missing.
Makes sense.
It's never just pie. It's never just a cup of coffee. We'll join you for those negotiations.
Come on in then. Close the door behind you.
As we're going in, I'm like closing the door.
Okay.
But then also, if there's any curtains that are opening, I'm closing those. Turning off any lights that are.
And as from the outside of the cabin, as the rain starts to fall, we see Bernard close a curtain over a window. We're going to switch, cut back
We're
to
alive. We're alive. Oh my god.
the ladies as you
now.
Wait till I start to realize that Toon is a German name.
To you, umlaut. Over the U.
Yes, that's how it spells.
You've been walking for a couple of minutes.
All I'm saying, love, is that men have a fetish for running headfirst into danger. Doesn't mean you have to go gallivanting off and proving yourself.
As
My last
you've
one
been
left
walking
at the front, and I didn't go
and
off to
talking.
France and run into mustard gas. And
in the distance, across the lake, because sound carries across water, you hear what sounds like several rifle shots. And ahead of you, Dr. Joshua and the gentleman with him sort of pause and kind of look up in the air. Dr. Joshua looks out across the lake. You guys, the trees are thin enough where you are. You can see the lake. You can even, it's further back now, but you can even see where you washed up.
Well,
is this your idea of hospitality?
Well, whatever it is, it's coming from the other side of the lake, so I suppose not our immediate concern.
not our immediate concern, but
Will it become our immediate concern?
He doesn't answer.
this...
And as the three of you are sort of watching from where you've stopped, you almost start to see the sky on the other side of the lake. It seems like it gets darker. It's maybe a trick of the eyes or something, but it's just like the first time it happened, right before you stabbed Mr. Pryor with his own ceremonial knife. You start to see further off in the distance, the tops of the trees almost start to move and shake. And you hear further off that familiar roar that the party heard. Joshua doesn't seem to really flinch. His companion doesn't necessarily look like he's the most comfortable. And I apologize, Zach, if we're getting tips, I'm not seeing them. I thought I heard the noise, but it's not refreshing.
I heard that sound before.
Here we go. I'm good now.
I never quite did see what the source of it was.
But a rustling in the forest can never be good.
I think that's a little more than just a rustling. This sort of thing happen often? Mr. Dr. Toon?
Judging from his lack of reaction, love, I'm sure it does.
Not often quite like this, but you and your friends have shaken things up a little bit, I suppose.
You mean us showing up somehow made all this stuff happen?
I think so. I'm gonna be okay.
Here, I thought the other group would have been enough.
The other group?
Well,
You mean the people working with the Marizano family who came on ahead?
He just sort of continues to look off into the distance a little bit and doesn't quite cross himself, but it feels similar. And carries on down the trail.
What do you mean would have been enough? Dr.
Well,
Toon.
Your friends that you had been looking for should have been enough. Usually are, at least.
You keep saying that word enough, but I don't know what you mean by it.
I grant. You can get more specific than that, Doctor. Like you said.
Yeah,
Suppose I could.
you're
but
not
then-
real good in the specificity department.
No, not with strangers, I suppose not, but
Are we not strangers anymore? We met earlier this evening.
Exactly, you invited us back to your house. Or at least I think that's where we're going.
we are. And in fact, as you guys are sort of walking, you can even see sort of ahead, there's a small cabin up ahead. You even see, you know, there's a little stable. There's a horse. You see there's
Oh wait, sorry.
forgot. There's a path. There's this path. There's a path leading down towards what you can assume is back down towards the lake.
I just wanted to let you know the one of the mods just messaged me for some clarification on the confusion for the insanities that came in.
I just saw. So I apologize, guys. I'm sort of trying to.
Yeah,
Walk through them, I
there's
just saw
2
them.
insanity for me apparently. Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
And 1 for Florence.
Good,
Thank you.
I'm fine. I don't know.
This seems like
I feel like I'm gonna be okay. You
really
are
good
way too far
moment.
away for me to hit my insanity overall. I think I'll outroll it. I'll be okay.
Shit,
Oh,
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I don't think we're gonna hit it. So
Could
I
you
am-
imagine? You'd have to deal with the
I'm gonna say this. I feel like it's fair. You know, as we're in our last half hour, and if we were to hit that goal, I feel like it'd be fair if, say, that insanity got banked
What?
for next week.
Oh.
You know, I mean,
Oh.
20, that's not a bargain. 20 minutes of insanity from JJ. I don't know if we're even going to get back. You know, I think we bank it. I think that's fair. I'm the keeper. This is the rule I have kept.
Cool.
I like being a GM more than a player. What is this lack of power?
So,
Damn.
so you see the house. Sorry, the insanity thing happened and the chart finally sort of got fixed. The last thing you said, Apollonia, was, I think, something about we're not strangers anymore. Oh,
Yeah.
you're inviting us to
We
the
got
house.
invited to the house.
He's kind of gestures a little further down the path towards the house and says, yeah, suppose I have. Welcome to my home. I promise nothing will happen to you while you're here. Truth be told, I'm really just sort of fascinated to have a seat and chat with Lady Wayworth.
So I'm called?
If you have a mind for some conversation.
Always.
Well, all right then. Let's get your friend warmed up first. He sort of heads towards the house.
I start to walk after him to go into the house.
Okay.
After him as well.
Grab your hand first. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, love.
Thanks.
Just remember that.
I got it.
Okay. As you sort of cross what is sort of his yard, sort of near that stable, you see his wife.
She all bugs?
She is not Bugs.
Okay.
She's just staring at the group. He gives her a warm wave. She doesn't really react, and she just watches you
Okay.
as you head into the house.
Let's walk a little faster.
Is this the same house?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Other
we're in a
s-
smaller house here.
other side of the lake.
Oh. Oh.
As you are sort of walking past Kendall Toon, Florence, that the memory of sort of this woman turning into bugs that you had sort of pushed out of your head is not real. That's sort of how you cope. All of a sudden, the reality of it sort of crashes in, and as this woman makes you incredibly uncomfortable, it causes a flashback to a memory that pushes you into a bout of madness.
Okay. So, when I was... It was not all that long ago. Back in New York, I was out I'd just been at a nice dinner with Bobby, and we was talking about our future and our plans and all of that, and then all of a sudden it was like he got all scared, like there was someone following us, and we had to like run down an alleyway and around a corner, and then there was just all the gunshots. It was the first time that I'd ever been in the presence of anything like that. They had machine guns and they was just railing, and it was one of his friends. I met him before, and they shot him dead, and there's so much blood, and it was so loud.
Roll 1d6.
Do we have any rerolls?
You don't reroll this.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a 6.
Okay, you've lost.
Ooh.
Let's hope I don't roll a 15
A 15.
on this 6. I did.
Yep.
Oh.
15th anniversary hero clicks die from WizKids.
Man, I sure
Happy
wish
anniversary,
I had
WizKids.
me one of those dice.
I think you probably do.
Probably. Because they're dope.
Florence, you become convinced that Bobby is in that house.
Dr. Toon, you kept saying something about the others being enough. What exactly is it that you meant by enough?
That's a change of spirit. She's kind of full of surprises. A
Well-
little bit like you.
I know.
As you are sort of, he steps inside. Are you following?
Yes.
Okay. And literally as he's talking, he is, he pulls this, there's a fur literally just sort of hanging nearby. He takes that off of a wall. He offers it to you and sort of smiles.
I
and-
grab it like very forcefully from him.
Okay.
Where are they?
Alive? Maybe. Maybe not.
You're hiding something. They're in this house. You are hiding.
They've been in this house.
They're
but
still here. You're hiding something from me. I know it. You were hiding
you
something
are
from me
a
when I
little
first
hysterical.
met you at the diner. I asked you then what your last name was, and you wouldn't tell me.
Well, we had just met now, hadn't we, May? He's just sort of working as you're fuming. He produces some towels, hands them to. He sort of eyes her and then sort of hands them to you, and steps. You guys are sort of in a kitchen, and he sort of walks to the far end of the kitchen and turns his back, and just says, hopefully towels and that fur do okay for now, and
I think you should know by now that I'm quite comfortable, but I'm patting myself.
I immediately
oh,
start.
I mean, I meant them for your friend. I know you don't get too cold.
I like go.
Still do it anyway.
Are there like bookshelves or anything in here?
Yeah.
Okay, I immediately.
Yeah, this
just,
is sort of. It's almost like a one-bedroom
Okay.
apartment in a way, where it's a kitchen
cool.
that just leads
I
directly
immediately
into a
start
study.
going and just like pulling all of the books off the bookshelf. I'm trying to find a secret passage.
Oh, no.
Roll your spot hidden.
Cool. How many rerolls do we have?
5.
Oh,
I'll try some. Oh, that succeeds. That's a 19.
You
My spot hidden's a
found
20.
the Batcave.
Hang on, I have to mark something down. Okay.
Are you marking down insanities?
You
We might have to bank some of
are
these.
hiding something.
But
You are hiding something. You're hiding them in here somewhere. I know it.
I believe you should provide some answers, sir, before she tears your lovely home apart.
So, he's still keeping his back, sort of, because he was going to let you change. And crazily, as you are pulling books, you sort of drag this heavier-looking medical book off of its shelf, and it falls and hits one of the wooden floor beams, which cracks, and the book just falls directly through the floor.
Oh, jeez.
And as you're looking, you realize that the wood here is a slightly different color from the rest, and you are there's a small cellar door entrance.
I open it immediately.
Okay. Are you going down there?
Yes, I am. Going downstairs.
Okay. At this point, he sort of hears the door open and sort of turns around and is just like, okay. And he kind of glances at you.
You could have avoided this, you know.
Could I have? Well, head on down, I suppose, and I'll bring the coffee.
No, please bring something stronger.
Yes, ma'am.
Bobby? Bobby, are you down here?
So you find yourself in pitch darkness.
Great.
What are you doing? You sort of.
I'm trying to find if there's like like one of those pull cord light things, or I guess this is the 20s, so yeah, they had electricity.
Okay, you're sort of moving, and you find what feels like it could be. You find something sort of swinging, and it has a handle.
Great.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm gonna pull on it.
Okay, you're pulling on it. Nothing's really happening. You sort of hear this chain rattling, but nothing's really happening.
Damn it! Don't lights even work around here? Why is everything so backwards out here in the country? Hello?
Have you gone down yet?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So Apollonia, you come down.
see you down in the dark.
I could see rather
Yeah,
well
you
in the dark.
you
yeah.
can see. So you walk down and you see. The first thing you see is sort of a almost like a stand-up table, and there
The
are
table that's like been bended
there
or-
are shackles attached to it and hanging manacles from the top of it, and Florence is just literally like just tugging on this manacle and just sort of shouting.
Take your hand off of it. You gave it a shot, love. That's not it. What else do I see?
That's kind of it. You see, there's two chairs,
All right.
but really, this is the furniture. You see a workbench, maybe a couple of books, lying across it, but that's really all you see. And a moment later, Dr. Joshua, Dr. Joshua sort of
Where are they?
comes down. He's holding a lantern, and this glow sort of fills the room, and you realize you are basically holding the manacle on what appears to be like a medieval torture device, almost.
What?
Well,
What is this place?
everyone has a preferred delicacy.
Well,
What do you mean by a delicacy?
Oh, I think you know what I mean, love.
this is part of the home practice.
What sort of medicine are you actually...
And he sort of gestures to one of the chairs and hands you this warm mug of coffee, which smells like coffee, smells normal.
Mhm.
And he pauses and he's like, one moment. And he walks over to the work table and pulls open this drawer and is kind of looking, he's sort of rummaging, and basically he takes out a jar, and it is like a translucent red, and hands it to you. Now, I'm not exactly a bartender, but hope it's to your liking.
Have you watered it down?
So to speak. That's, pure shine mixed in.
With?
Something stronger,
Are we
ma'am.
talking about venison? Are we talking about something else?
Oh, probably a friend of hers.
What?
Oh man.
Well, thank you for your hospitality. But I shan't partake until you've had some more.
Certainly. He's not using it anymore, so...
Who?
Hmm?
Who?
What are you talking about?
So he sort of sits in the chair next to you. And, well... You've seen a lot tonight, I suppose. You seem pretty shooken up. How are you feeling?
All right, I guess. It's nice to be inside.
Yeah, a little lightheaded? A little shaky?
Yeah.
That's alright, that's alright. You just keep breathing, you drink some of that, and you're gonna feel better. And if you don't mind, I want to have a bit of a conversation with your companion.
All right, but don't try anything funny. I still don't totally trust you.
Florence? You should. Sort of turns around and says, "And now."
Let's talk.
And I apologize while we speak. I'm and by the way, we did hit that goal. Thank you guys so much.
I will leave them. I will go back upstairs, and I'm gonna actually change out of my wet clothes.
Okay.
I guess I'll just wear a fur because
So
I don't have any clothes.
when you go up, you sort of see
Cool.
the guy that he was with. He's sort of putting just some general lady clothes sort of on and he kind of looks.
These
kind of just
gingham
goes.
dresses and
Yeah. You are going to look. You're gonna look good. You're gonna look very, very proper and modest.
It's. You wouldn't linger around and see a lady in an unseemly form of undress now, would you?
The guy kind of just looks at you and it's just like, no, ma'am.
Listen, we're out here in the middle of the woods. I feel a lot better if you just step outside and keep an eye out for us.
Yes, ma'am. And he steps out front, very compliant.
Okay.
I'm going to try to stay, I don't know, calm. I'm very excited. I honestly have only met one living elder spawn before. He was a gentleman we met on a trip out west. And so for you to just sort of show up here right in town, I mean, I had a feeling about you when I saw you in the diner, and I mean, this is just
most men
very,
do.
very interesting. I honestly don't know where to start, but it's almost
Start from the beginning.
certainly it's almost a religious experience. You are, as
I've been told.
I'm sure you have, but maybe a little different for me. This is like a Catholic being visited by a saint almost.
I tend not to be the religious type, but you are still speaking rather vaguely, and you did promise to be specific.
I suppose I did. There is something from another place that lives under us. And I apologize that this is still vague, but I honestly don't know how else to put it. It's been here since well before my great-grandparents' time. And we have a bit of an understanding. It controls the land. We live on the land it controls. It provides safety, it provides security for us to be left alone. For us to live our lives, you see. And every now and then, sacrifices like the ones that you described happen. But that's not quite so different from any other religion, is it?
No, I suppose not.
I suppose not. Do you feel it? I mean, it's a part of you. Almost. It's in your blood. Do you feel it? Did it welcome you? What's it like?
What's what like?
Being an elder spawn so close to its mother. It's got to feel like being back in the womb.
Feels like being sung to.
Like being sung to. That's beautiful. I wouldn't have thought to put it that way.
My papa always told me my mother sang.
Yeah? Your papa, I suppose he was...
He was what?
he was of the elders too, I suppose, your parents.
My mother was a creature of mystery.
That's incredible.
My
That's
papa was
incredible.
just dashing.
And it passed down the line. God. The mysteries that the elder has unlocked for us. Praise him. Praise him. I don't know whether to keep talking to you or chain you to this table and start cutting now, but
Keep talking. What exactly do you want? From her? From me?
oh,
From the rest of our companions?
From the rest of your
Wherever they are?
companions. Who knows? They'll get dumped in the cave. They can she can meet her fiance there for all I care,
Is
but
he alive?
possibly.
Where's his cave?
A little further off into the forest. It's from what I understand, you saw the chapel. So past the tracks and towards the chapel is the entrance that we like to use.
And why are they there?
They're playthings for the gods, ma'am. They keep us safe. They keep us content. And we provide it its nutrient, its sustenance, its amusement, quite frankly.
I take a step closer. Nutrients?
Well,
Sustenance?
even a god has to eat, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I grab him by the back of his head.
Okay.
Come closer, love.
Okay. Are you glamoring or are you just...
No. Inviting.
He
And you
takes a step in closer.
Are you one of them?
One of who?
The elder. Just a man.
Just a man who has been trusted with some rather incredible knowledge.
Again, speaking in riddles. If you do mean to use such manacles on me, I prefer to be educated.
Will you please roll
Yes.
your spot hidden?
Ooh, well, just asking in advance, do we have any rerolls?
We have 5.
Oh, damn? Okay.
Use them all.
I'm gonna use a reroll.
That's good.
Good, okay.
14.
14. Spot hidden is 40.
Okay. As you suggest that this gentleman should educate you, you notice just down, you sort of notice a quick movement of his hand as he seems to be grabbing something from a pocket and trying to stab it forward.
Okay.
And since you saw this, will you please roll your dodge?
Oh, boy.
And I'm going to give you an advantage because you
Alright.
saw this coming, so
Yeah.
the best of 2 rolls.
Okay. Well, here we go. Is this?
That's 50. Which is fail.
Oh, nope.
But you get the advantage, so.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
All right. I dodged this shit.
Okay, so what do you do?
I just definitely pivot out of the way.
Okay, so you very quickly pivot as he sort of jabs forward.
Does he have a knife?
Are you looking?
I figure he has something
Okay.
stabby.
So he has jabbed forward with what looks to be a very simple, plain black rod.
Oh. Can I grab it? I'm gonna grab it.
Okay, you are going to lunge in. Go ahead and roll your fighting brawl.
Okay, I'm gonna need these rerolls.
You have 4.
Nope.
We
I'm
have
gonna-
3.
You have 3.
Ooh, was that good?
Yes, it is.
Nice, 24 out of
24 out of 30.
Okay, so you lunge forward. What are you trying to do?
I just grabbed the black rod.
Okay, as you as you grab the black rod,
Say it again slower.
as you grab. Oh, this should definitely be gift. As you grab the black rod.
Yes.
You just feel this searing, burning pain, like this just pain shoots up your arm and into your shoulder as if you've grabbed some kind of like white hot poker. And Constance, from downstairs, as you are finishing changing, you hear, I don't think you've heard it before, but you hear what can only be a shriek of pain from Apollonia Wayworth. We cut back
Oh.
to...
Just real quick. Emma, could you just read this out loud?
No,
real
that's
quick?
okay. No. Don't read it.
Okay.
Don't read it.
I
We're
feel
just
like a
gonna
teacher
psychically
with like...
put it out into the universe.
I feel like a teacher with like really misbehaving.
Pass
like
the
I don't
notes.
know what's happening. Okay. We cut back, and literally a tiny old redneck man is cutting you each a slice of pie and handing them out. He is sitting down at a dinner table that looks like it seats about 12. It's a long table, and he just sits down, just sort of in the middle. He's not at a head of the table or anything, and just sort of gestures to join him.
I appreciate the pie,
Sir?
sir.
No, sir.
You to your captain. Yeah, that's right.
What kind of pie is it?
Thank you, soldier.
It's pecan pie.
Eat the pie, Gordie.
Oh my god.
You want me?
Private, he just
Eat
gave you an
the
order.
pie,
I mean, I'm pretty
Gordie.
hungry. I could use a piece of pie.
And as there's sort of a flash of lightning outside and the eventual sort of rolling thunder that follows, like any, thunderstorm and summer storm in the South would, that flash of lightning, JJ sparks
Oh, yeah.
the flashback
The fuck it does.
that triggers
I
a
forgot
bout
about this.
Oh.
madness.
Okay.
So that's number 1. Jesus Christ.
First flash, I just see a face. It's bruised, beaten. Second flash, the swift swing of my father's fist. I'm taken right back there to that moment. Hiding under the table. Her body slams against the floor. Blood leaking out of her nose. She gives me this look, like, just be quiet. Like, shh. As she's dragged back up again. And I hear it. Smack. Smack. I close my eyes and I just pretend I'm somewhere else. I come to and I got the pie in my hands.
Roll 1d6.
That's a 4.
Okay, you lose 4.
Yeah, that's great. That's cool.
The memory sort of shudders over you, and not so much fear, but that same feeling of helplessness sort of washes over you. And as it does, you sort of look up from the pie and you see across the room. So you are in sort of a large kitchen area. There's the table, and across the room there's almost like a living space. There's chairs and homemade furniture sort of arranged so that a group could sit down and have a conversation or a meeting. There's a fireplace, and against that wall you see a few hunting rifles, you know, some outdoorsman stuff. It almost looks like that wall is used as a mudroom for deer hunters. But on the other wall, you see 4 Tommy guns.
Oh my.
Please tell me I see these too.
Well, I'm gonna point them out to you, soldier. I kind of make eye contact with Toons, and I'm making sure he stays looking at me, and I look over at you, Bernard, and I go,
Slowly making my way over there.
Mr. Toons,
Soldier, sit down and eat your pie.
he'll get to it in a minute.
I gotta
He's
do
nervous,
some
you see.
recon
He's
on this pecan. I'm out, and I go to the other room.
don't mind him. He's had a rough day.
I've never.
So it's not like you go through a door and now you're in another room. This is one. It's an open floor plan.
Oh, how progressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just staring
little
at him.
ranch house.
It's very Silicon
Exactly.
Valley.
Exactly. Little fixer upper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You mentioned though we don't have to worry about this elder
Not here.
while we're in the house.
Not here. You don't.
Question for you: is that because of the house or because of you?
Because of us.
Who's us?
Well, me and the missus.
Oh, you have a missus here.
My son, I suppose.
The tunes.
All of them?
It is plural.
So this house ain't protected so much as it is you're protected.
That's right. And for the most part, I suppose, with exceptions, like unfortunately you had to see tonight, the people of the town are more or less protected.
More or less.
Well,
Well, we saw some of them die. Right? Or not saw, but the
Numerous.
numerous people. They didn't make it back.
we do what we can, but at the end of the day, he works in mysterious ways.
Okay. How is it that you got this protection?
Did I put enough vanilla extract in that? Will you tell me? I love to bake. It's sort of a hobby of mine.
Gordie, eat the fucking pie.
I'm not looking,
Sometimes I feel
but
like...
I yell out, "Eat the fucking pie too."
Listen to your friend. Do me this kindness. Sometimes I feel like our boys are just telling me what I want to hear because they're.
No, I wouldn't lie to you,
terrified of
Mr.
me.
Toons. I find this pie to be magnificent.
Thank you. Now, pecan is a specialty. It's an old family recipe.
If you don't mind, And I say this very clearly, looking through Mr. Toons to Bernard in the other room.
It's good.
It's open floor, open floor.
I'll take 2 more pieces of pie.
You're that hungry? Well,
Yes,
sure.
yes.
Certainly.
2 for me and maybe 1 each for my friends.
So, he starts to serve up a little more pie.
The perfect amount of vanilla extract. I'm telling you.
And as he is serving you those 2 additional slices,
Yeah.
and tell your friend there's no need to be rummaging through my firearms and whatnot.
Oh, no need? But no need. He says you can just take them. No need to rummage.
Excellent. Your contribution to the war effort is appreciated, sir. I take
Kind
the
of gives you a
guns.
look. I've seen boys like him before. Joseph, one of my boys I sent out for you, he came back just changed.
Did he?
You could see it in his eyes.
You could.
Just like that, I see it. You spent the night in a few trenches, haven't you, son?
He's
Still
still
in
in
the
one.
trenches, sir.
Well, I thank you for your service. I do.
Mr. Toons, what do you see when you look in my eyes?
I see a man who likes to make deals, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
A little desperate. A little broken.
Checks out.
Does that brokenness go with the limp? Are they connected?
Most definitely.
Well, I suppose we're about done with dessert.
Thank you for the pie. I don't feel anything, do I?
No. No, he straight up fed you pie. Well,
I won the game.
I suppose
Gordie's having a great night.
I suppose it's time to
Mr. Toons,
make a deal.
a deal. I understand that our friends, well, they're not really my friends. My boss's old acquaintances that came here.
Certainly.
Given this protection you speak of, I'm assuming they were most likely offered up to your elder.
Oh, they absolutely were.
Yeah.
Your friends were, well, not your friends.
Not my friends.
They were not the most polite gentlemen.
Hmm.
Sometimes folks come out here from the city thinking they know more than us,
Would never.
which is a bit silly considering how long we've been living on this land and bleeding on it. But you're right.
Given the situation, I think it's safe for me to assume that someone's like ourselves
Yeah.
could possibly end up in the same situation as our friends. No, not friends. What kind of deal can we make to make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, Bernard, will you roll your spot hidden?
Sure. Just so you know, I was miming it, but I have loaded up
Equipped
all
himself.
of these Tommy guns. One of them,
Dang.
surprisingly, I was like, man, this one has a drum magazine? Damn.
Whoa.
I'm taking that one. Spot hidden? Yeah, boy. Yeah, so I have a 60, I got a 47.
Okay. So as he is talking, you do see sort of movement outside. There are some more gentlemen sort of moving up to the house. No one's, pointing guns or anything.
But they do have weapons?
Not quite that you can tell.
Okay.
But you do see people.
I'm trying to keep a level head here.
Yeah, what kind? Well,
Sir,
the deal is
not to interrupt this conversation, and I'm walking in, I go, but we have company.
Soldier, I understand.
now keep a level head, son. Now, 3 strangers come to my home. One starts loading my firearms in my presence. I think it's rather understandable that we
Sir, it
wouldn't
could be
on
the
our
crowds outside.
We're negotiating our terms right now.
You're probably
Soldier.
hungry. You should
Surrender?
probably eat, soldier.
We're not negotiating. Just eat your fucking pie,
Eat your
man,
pie, soldier.
Chill out.
You're
Gonna get us killed.
You can quench your thirst, but you gotta take care of your hunger too.
Would you happen to have a glass of water? My friend here, he
Did you say water?
Well, absolutely, I suppose.
went days in the trench without water. It's messed with him ever since.
And as he gets up to sort of grabs a mason jar and starts filling it with water, and as he's handing it to you, you hear a voice from the steps
Oh boy.
that lead to the upstairs of the house. Now, gentlemen, what kind of terms exactly are you looking for in these negotiations?
Oh, see, in these here negotiations, I just look
Unconditional surrender.
And as you look up, there's a smaller, older woman. It's a lot harder to tell her age. She's that combination of old and ageless, if that makes sense. So sort of a leathery face.
I stand up and
tan.
take my hat off.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Very long black hair that she is sort of tying back into a braid. Well, gentlemen,
Yes, ma'am. JJ Theakston, these are my comrades.
Corporal Bernard Penson.
Corporal
Gordie
here.
Fitzgerald, Sergeant.
Just shut your
Well.
fucking mouth, Gordie.
Private, shut the fuck up.
Sergeant, Corporal. Welcome to my home. Let's
I appreciate your hospitality. Thank you for inviting us into your home, and your husband makes a mean pie.
Yes, he does. I'm a very lucky woman. Now, if you'll have a seat, we can come to some sort of agreement.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for here. All I ask is safe passage out of town. Never hear from us again. You see, the boss man, he, as far as I know, he trusts us. As far as I know, he trusts us, and we can spread a message that there was nothing to find here, nothing at all. That the boys that went missing last go around made off with his money, head to New York.
AWOL?
AWOL. And there'd be no reason to come back to this town ever again looking for anything.
That's all well and good, I suppose. But what about your 10 other companions back in town?
10 other companions?
What-
What other
what are you
10
talking-
companions? This is
We came with it was just us.
You wouldn't lie to me now, would you, boys?
no
Oh,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I have no concern over those 10 other companions. None whatsoever. In other words,
Arrogant city boys, like the ones that came before you. Now, you're a city boy too, but not quite bright enough to be arrogant.
Now that okay.
Well,
now
I mean, I'm
there-
bright enough,
there's-
but
there's
I'm not
reason-
arrogant.
to believe. You see, I've lost track of time since we came out here, and there's reason that possibly the boss sent some people out to look for us, if not having heard from us, and that's all the more reason we need to get back and let them know everything is fine, and there's no reason to be coming out here and asking any more questions, and we will never bother this town again. I have no concerns for those individuals, though. Now, there were 2 women that we travel with.
They're safe.
You know, you've seen them.
They're with my son.
Your son. Okay, well, let me be more clear. There's one woman in that group, Florence. Real sweet girl. She came out here looking for a fiance. The other one, I don't trust as far as I can throw her. She kind of hitched a ride with her group. Said she had business to do out here. Now, I'm assuming that business is between you and whoever else might be out here. I have no business whatsoever with you. And you let us go, you'll never hear from us again.
Well, JJ, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
I suppose you have given me quite a bit to think about. And as the sky lights up again from the storm, we see the lake. We hear Apollonia's shout. And we hear once again in the distance the roar of whatever it is in that forest. And that's where we will leave tonight's episode of The 11
I
Dead.
think to that one.
I really wanted to get out of this house before I go insane.
It's gonna go crazy.
Episode
It's gonna
4.
go crazy, and we got guns.
Simply
But you're
called-
I'm gonna go crazy with 2 Tommy guns.
Yeah,
are.
just like the mask.
Thank you guys so much. That was The Left Dead episode 4. This episode was called Ed.
Ed.
I feel like we
Ed?
didn't get to what this episode's title was.
He made you a pie.
Nice.
Aw.
Episode 3. Episode 3. I don't think I told. Episode 3 was called Karst.
Yes,
Karst.
Karst.
What was that in reference to?
It's a cave reference.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's our show. Thank you guys so much tonight. Holy shit, you guys came in clutch tonight.
I
know,
really
that was
enjoyed
fun.
being crazy.
For anyone who's
It is kinda
frustrated,
fun to
hey,
play
we got to the
crazy.
second goal. I agree. I just feel like you're going to get your money's worth more if we carry that over next week than if you just got it like for the last 15 minutes of the show.
Oh yeah, you know, gotta get your money's worth.
So-
that,
Thank you guys so much. I just want to go through these tips. Eriding said, "Yay for He Left It Dead." I agree. Can't wait to see what craziness the group encounters this week. I look forward to this every week. Thank you so much,
Yay,
honestly.
thank you.
You all do such an amazing job with the show. Here is a hashtag reroll to help out.
Thank
And
you.
I'm sure Matt wasted that one immediately.
I did pretty good tonight.
Devaro31, hey,
I
Devaro31 gave us a hashtag evil. Hey, it's me, Flying Disc. I'm back. Are you even trying to catch me, Gordie? Maybe I should be someone else's invention. And then you punch Disc in the face.
Wow.
You did though.
The FDH, hashtag phobia. Bernard fears getting dehydrated. He is obsessed with drinking from a giant jar.
Not just Bernard.
Mania.
Which I don't know how I have never noticed that Bert has that giant jug, but I was like, haha, hilarious, you. And then you produce this huge
There
jug.
it was.
But that is good life advice.
Gaius EA, I hear they need
Hell
some
hydrate.
hashtag reroll. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bradley
you.
Burnett, hashtag reroll. Here's a bunch of rerolls. Surely they won't use them all up tonight, so maybe they can save them for a volume 3. Just saying. That'd be cool. Foo point, thank you. Hashtag reroll. A couple more rerolls.
Yeah, we
thank you.
needed those.
And then
Thank you.
Matt wasted them. Christina Ann 25.
Just Matt.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was all of you. It was a
Yeah,
good
we all
episode
need
tonight.
them.
Wonderful to see you all again. Thank you for
think I
providing
used
this
one.
gal with all sorts of fun and entertainment. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for tuning
Yay,
in.
thank
Hashtag
you.
reroll from her. Doomsday Danny gave us a hashtag GM moment, which I loved. You really should know better than to spill the blood of the locals. Maybe an elder god, maybe a blood deity, whatever it is. The forest grows dark, the air shakes with thunder, and a tiny evil laugh comes in from the trees. Are those fireflies?
My
That was
bad.
a lot to unpack.
So that is
was
when,
good.
that's when everything went to
Yeah.
hell
Yep.
with Ed's boys.
Good thing we were only killing German soldiers. So.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just a
it's
bunch
cool.
of guys who just wanted to invite you in for pie.
Damn.
Fuck, they did. I don't believe that for a second.
I'm glad they don't think we murdered him. You know?
Bradley Burnett, hashtag GM. This was to finish off the GM tip from Doomsday. You guys nailed it. Thank you so much. Soup a lot. I'm sure you'll need these. Hashtag reroll. They did.
We did.
You also have 3 banked for next
Oh,
episode. Maybe
huzzah.
make a note of that real quick while we're here. Working class hero, hashtag reroll. There can't be too many elder gods left. J Pistol, Gordie has a hashtag phobia of bioluminescence. J Pistol, hashtag. Okay, so this is where it got crazy because the browser screwed up for me, so I didn't know any of this was coming in. So it was hilarious to see it all at once. J Pistol, hashtag insanity for JJ. Mel Pomeno towards a hashtag insanity for JJ. Jabberwocky D. Finishing off the hashtag insanity for JJ. Doomsday Danny finishing off that hashtag insanity for JJ. Bradley Burnett, hashtag rerolls. I'm sure this will stop bad things from happening. Very confident, 100% certain, right?
Sure.
Correct-ish.
Yeah.
Doomsday Danny, hashtag insanity for Florence. It's too late in the game to be this sane, right? Right. You are absolutely right. It is. Game of Joe B. Hey, you don't tell chat to fuck off. Hashtag insanity for JJ, a.k.a. Zach. Orion Power 2001, hashtag reroll. You guys are the best part of my Wednesday. Thank you for making a hard day that much better. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
honestly, that means
Yeah.
a whole
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So fun.
Sagetopian #sanity for JJ, which I have here written down. I mean, something good must have happened in his past, right? J Pistol, remember that time when something good happened to JJ? That was nice while it lasted. #insanity.
Oh my god.
So do we have to start next episode with me doing like 5 insanities?
We're just gonna get your whole
I'm gonna
tragic
think about it. We're gonna
backstory.
figure out how we're gonna do.
And then he's
I
just
think
gonna
I have
murder
an idea that I
everyone.
want to propose. We can do a little post
because you're gonna have a bad week next
A little
week.
post credits.
or discussion.
Oh, okay.
chat.
Bradley Burnett, #insanity for JJ. Peer
Wow.
pressure, don't want to be left out of the gang. Peer pressure, it's real. Mel Pomeos, and one more #insanity for our favorite crazy Zach. I mean JJ. And then big fan, #GM JJ, Gordie, and Bernard find unguarded and loaded Tommy guns in the cabin.
We are
You guys just powder kegged the show. Thank you guys so much. We will see you here next week. I'm super excited to see
So
how
excited.
I'm
far
so
down
excited.
the rabbit hole
So
goes.
excited.
Things are going to get so
Yeah.
much worse.
I can say this. The Elder God might protect the Toon family, but they got no protection from me.
No, they do not
Oh,
have.
that's true.
They have
That's so true.
zero protection.
I still have my
from
cleaver.
bullets.
That's true.
You still have a meat cleaver.
Covered in
I
their
have
blood.
a rifle.
Still got my
I just
teeth.
gave you a
Hunter.
Tommy
You still
gun.
got your
Tommy gun.
teeth. There's a lot going on. A weird bug lady is walking around a house outside of you, and Gordie has really come into his own as a man this
really
episode.
has.
I
Thank you,
think.
thank you.
He's
It's a
full
good
of
episode for
pie
Gordie.
and
Yeah.
murder.
He now has a plate, which he'll use as a disc that he'll throw.
Look, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It really means a lot. Thank you so much for supporting HyperRPG.
Yes.
And we will see you next week. Until then, from all of us to all of you, let the madness take
And
you.
tomorrow, make sure to tune in for, I think Malika's going to do some streaming at 4 p.m. every day, 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Make sure to tune in. And then tomorrow night at 6 p.m., we have Warhammer. It's going to be fun.
I'm stoked.
We're going to be trying out some new things tomorrow, so you're going to want to make sure you definitely tune in for that. What's that?
All the nindies.
All
is
the
what-
nindies, what Malika said? Okay. And then this coming Sunday, we've got our Hyperdrive, 12 hours of crazy RPGs and fundraising for the channel to keep us alive and well. You're not going to want to miss it. It's Survivor-themed, which is going to be really interesting. And the return of Ruby Squad.
It's going to be Survivor themed.
Get the fuck out.
All right.
You guys aren't going to make it.
I'm going to be GMing a Battle Royale 10 Candles.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
That's pretty cool.
That's sick. Like the actual
That's
like
really
Japanese.
cool.
The
Oh.
Japanese movie, yeah.
That's
Dude.
cool.
Oh,
Cool.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That'll be
Really
super
fun.
fun. Anything else?
That's all I got for now.
You guys have a good night. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.